voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy, for your boy. Hustle for your boy, fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Oh, look at my duck behind. Girl, duck tails. Good morning or afternoon. Happy Thursday. Y'all, the time going by fast, huh? Is it me? Is it already almost the weekend again? Come on in. Y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. Happy Thursday. I put a ponytail in, kind of keep the tricks guessing. Why not? I mean, I was bored, Just put a little ponytail in, and make the people think, Keep the tricks guessing. Anyway, y'all come on in, though. We got a few things to discuss. Come on in. Happy Thursday. Y'all, the week is going by so fast. How did we get at Thursday already? I feel like we just left the last weekend. I don't know. Then a doggone tornado came yesterday. I told y'all. Well, I told the other channel. But yesterday when I got off of live, a tornado came in front of my door and in my backyard and knocked over my grill. Girl, knocked the whole grill over, girl. All of the stuff is all on my deck. I got old coals. It broke one of the legs off of my grill, and I don't think my homeowner's insurance covers that. And even if it did, my deductible would be too much. So now I'm up SHIT's creek without a paddle. I'm so mad. That doggone tornado done knocked my doggone grill over. I was supposed to put some ribs or something on the grill this weekend. I'm lying. I wasn't going to do that. But if I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? I would have did that. At any rate, life has been lifing. Shout out to everybody. If y'all were there yesterday, make sure y'all go to the dollhouse and make sure y'all like the video and subscribe over there. We went live and we spoke about Krishan Jr.'s neglect. We also spoke about Blueface and his mysterious behavior with Superior. We also spoke about updates for Sydney Star, updates on Perez Hilton, and all those other things. So please, if you are interested, I have another channel called The Dollhouse Reacts. Make sure y'all go over there and check me out. Now before we get into the rest of the show, y'all, I want to do the morning announcements. First of all, Black America, y'all already know what it is. We need to do our genealogy, please. 313 in the chat. That's my numbers. That's my birth month and day. Anyway, 313 in the chat. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. But listen, I need y'all to do your genealogy. It's so important because we need to fight this warfare. And we need to know who we are while we're fighting or before we start fighting, okay? So genealogy is the only way to go. Please do your genealogy. Also, ground, meditate, and pray. Y'all, I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all, ground, meditate, and pray. Now, today, what are we talking about? Lace fronts on children. We have gotten so far to now, at first I thought it was crazy that the high school kids were wearing lace fronts, but now elementary and middle school, first day of school, and we get teachers coming on here saying that y'all is sending y'all children to school with full heads of lace fronts. We're going to get into it. I swear we'll get into it. Also, American Indian traditions. We're going to go over those, and you'll be surprised what they are. Godfrey, I don't know why he feel like he can go tell Wyclef on us. Who the hell is Wyclef? But Godfrey, you know how it is, him in the 154 podcast, sits down with Wyclef John, who's also Haitian, and in my opinion, a tether too. And he sits down with them asking them about why FBA hates him. We don't hate you, we just see you. At any rate, I don't know what he thought by talking to Wyclef about it. Wyclef don't speak for us. He can't speak for us. That nigga been gone till November. You see what I'm saying? He can't speak for us. At any rate, We're going to get into why Godfrey felt the need to tell Wyclef on us as if he going to whoop our ass or something like that. I don't know. We also need to get into Saucy Santana's Quiet on the Creek. So a video has started surfacing today of Saucy Santana speaking about how men want to screw him, women want to screw him. No, he didn't say women. He said men and children. Now I'm starting to see why a lot of y'all got quiet when Sydney Starr got arrested. I told y'all that though. Didn't I tell y'all why they getting quiet? Because they scared they 13-year-olds gonna fall out their closets? There you go. We gonna get into it. And then we also need to get into why these DL queer men are going around the internet saying that straight women should not want to date DL men. Y'all not about to bully us into being with no punks, not willingly. Now, if we know about it and we cool with it, some of us are. But what we're not going to do is let the internet convince us that we have to accept DL and queer men. No, we don't. No, we do not. And anybody who tells you that you do, you should know why. Those people are controllers. Those people are oppositions. You don't have to be with nobody you don't want to be with. Especially no DL, queer, gay, or any of these men. Don't let these people come on this internet and tell you that, girl. So y'all come on in here. We gonna get into that. A few other things come on in. I seen it the other day and I forgot to talk about it. Then I seen the boy came back again speaking about how women should not be saying that they don't date DL men because that's not a preference. That fool say a preference is no tomatoes on your salad. But to say you don't date DL or queer men, you know what's happening, y'all? Y'all want to know what's going on? The DL, the gay men who like to sleep with both, they need to have their cake and eat it too. Okay, not only the gay men who like to sleep with both, the gay men who are used and undercover, they want to come out. They want to be known as you. They want to be represented like you. And the only way for that to happen is your acceptance. Black American women, we've already gone too far with this LGBTQIA plus stuff. We've already gone too far. We've already gone too far. If y'all start saying you accept DL and queer men, you think you battling the TSs. Watch how many TSs and gays start coming out battling you then. Because then it's going to be acceptable. But that's what the industry wants. We'll get into it. Y'all come on in here and get the likes up on the video. You think you battling them niggas now. If you bitches start accepting DL men proudly and out loud, if you think it's bad now, oh my God, women, we won't have anything. We won't have anything. The moment we start accepting and dating openly gay and DL men, we will literally lose whatever little bit of womanhood we have. It will literally belong to that community. And that's what they want. That's exactly what they want. So we're going to get into it. Y'all come on in here and get the likes up on the video. Because not while I'm here, where I'm going to be at when all of this pop off. You feel what I'm saying? And ain't nobody on the internet gonna come on here and make me feel some type of way because I don't want to date no DL men. Ain't nothing wrong with being, well, I think it is a lot wrong with being DL. Be who you are, bitch. But if you don't want to tell nobody, and I get it, go find somebody who's okay with you being DL. Go find somebody who's okay with you wanting to be with them, knowing that you mess with both sides. But what we're not gonna do is have men, especially black men, come to the internet and tell black women that we need to accept DL and queer men. No, the fuck we don't. So y'all come on in. Let's get a few things down. And this is the worst part, Black America. You know them young girls accept it. They love it. Some of them old hoes too. But for the most part, the young girls, they followers. So if the industry says we're going this way, they're going to go that way. You know that, right? So we got to make sure, I'm not talking to the gays. I'm not talking to the L's. I'm not talking to the G's, the T's, or nobody on the plus side or any other side of that letter community. I'm speaking to Black American women. That's it. That's all. And I'm speaking to y'all because we have to save ourselves. We can't wait for gay people to do it. We can't wait for TSs to do it. We can't wait for white people to do it. We can't wait for none of these people to do it. We got to do it ourselves. So let's gather our things. This is the year and the time of the divine feminine. Let's gather our things and let's march on. Does that make sense? Let me get into this really quickly. I I didn't even want to bring this up because I feel like Clarissa Shields is a clout chaser. But right is right and wrong is wrong. Let's get into the first honorable mention. Y'all like the video? Yeah, we gonna lose the little bit of autonomy we have over ourselves. That's what they want. It's all a play. It is all a play. Let's get into the show. So, y'all remember this girl? We spoke about it on this channel. This girl, what's her name? Miss Shanika. She interviewed Clarissa Shields, and when she had Clarissa Shields up there, she came off extremely passive aggressive. She decided to ask Clarissa Shields how it feels dating a married man, right? And Clarissa Shields responded with an extremely not well-written PR answer by saying, hey, listen, even though he's married on paper, he's applied for divorce. Technically, he's not married, if you can kind of say that for lack of better terms. But she gave the answer or whatever, and then these people started saying, well, we're not judging. And my thing was, well, then why did you ask? If you wasn't trying to be negative, why did you ask? Because every single one of them in that doggone room, and most people in the chat, have dated or dealt with somebody before the ink was dry on the divorce papers. I know I have. I've dated and messed with people who was going through a divorce, and then you bitches get on this internet and act as if y'all don't do that and this is crazy. I don't understand you hoes. I'm going to be real. And this is not for everybody. I'm talking about the people who love throwing stones. But I told y'all, it ain't about the situation itself. People don't like Clarissa Shields. They're going to do her the same way they did Serena. And that bitch going to be gray here in another 20 years too. She going to turn clear just like Serena because our own community is trying to bully her. Okay? But I found it ironic that they asked her that. She responded, and then once she left, Clarissa Shields, because she is also a clout chaser, once Clarissa Shields left the station, and I'm not going through all of that. Once Clarissa Shields left the station, she decided to respond again, I guess because it made headlines. I don't know. And this is what Clarissa Shields had to say as well. Let me just say this, Clarissa. You putting 20 on 10 too, girl. It was said, it was done. You walked away like it wasn't even as deep. But let's get into Clarissa. Lord have mercy.
Sat up there and talked that to me, and then when I checked you respectfully, in your face. You shut all that this shit up. Now, after the fact, you got all this lip and talking all this shit because you never got this much attention before in your life. Being a radio host, I didn't even know who you was. I came there for Jock and Shorty. I did not come there for you. But the fact that you asked a question in such a distasteful way, and I answered you like the professional that I am, now you want to go on these rants and talking about some pat with me for this reason, pat with me for that reason, blah, 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 blah. You didn't say none of that stuff when you were sitting there in my presence. Shanika, your big face.
I ain't gonna lie, Clarissa. You act like the shit they be saying about you is true. Because you gotta address every little thing. Girl, of course they saying Pap using you. I ain't gonna lie, it look like it. But every time you turn around, you come back to the internet, y'all saying this about Pap. Duh! That's what the... Oh, come on now. I don't know. Clarissa just get on my nerves.
Why you didn't say it? Because I gave you space and opportunity. I answered you respectfully and left you where it was at. I didn't check, like, well, yeah, I did check you, but I didn't, like, go off how somebody else would have went off on you because you was very disrespectful. So now you got all this to say, but didn't you just go through divorce because you cheated on your man?
Ooh.
So you are a part of the cheat on my husband committee. You the leader.
Oh.
Or is you the CEO?
Spill the tea, Rissa. I ain't know that girl had got a divorce because she cheated on her husband. Spill the tea, Rissa. You almost made me mad. Keep going.
Like, which one is you? Is you the head or the... Because you mad at me because I told you that my man is going through a divorce. So us, do not consider him a married man. He's a separated man going through a divorce. But you sit here and cheat on your husband with a barber. Why you didn't say it? I want to tell you the real reason why Pap is with me. Because I don't think you know.
No.
I'm going to tell you. I'm a bad. Flat out. My is real. My body's real. I look good in the face. I'm successful. I'm young. And the things that my little Punama can do is amazing.
And see, that's where you be losing me at. You didn't have to say all of that. You didn't have to say it. Girl, we don't want to think about it. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. I'm loving what she's responding saying. But girl, you goes far now.
That's why we together. Yeah. So I just want to let you know that while you did all that, now here's your viral moment that you wanted. So since now you got your viral moment, Miss Shanika, hopefully next time when you see me face to face, know that I can say the same to you I'm saying right now. I can say it to your face. Unlike you. That's what you are. You're a cheating at that. I want to tell you the real question.
So that was the original question, right? Okay. Y'all need to hear this for a second.
I didn't been here before.
This is the original incident and why this is happening. This is when Miss whatever her name is asking Clarissa Shields why she dating Papoose knowing he married.
How much longer are you willing to be in a relationship with somebody's husband? Because at the end of the day, that's what people are looking at.
Well, pause.
Okay.
Pause.
And let me just say this. It's not what you say a lot of times. It's how you say it. That was very nasty.
Because that's not somebody's husband.
Okay.
Papoose filed for divorce. Y'all hate to say that word, but it's the word that's out there. He filed for divorce because he's serious about me. So I'm not with somebody's husband.
Okay.
And if you're going to call him her husband, make sure you call her his wife. And also hold her accountable for what she's doing in her life. Because she has me, who she's big about. So don't make it seem like it's just one-sided. I'm not with somebody's husband. I'm with the man who filed for divorce, who's serious about me, who has done things for me that I've done for him. So that's not what it is. They say that because they want that to be the narrative, but that's not it. People go through divorces and breakups more than anything in the world. That's why it's such a big talk.
Oh, we know.
Like real question, because I didn't been here before. Well, I just got.
Oh, well, I'm in one right now.
I know. Take time. Yes, and you're going through the process. And it is what it is.
Clarissa, I went through that.
Well, I just got.
Oh, well,
If anybody don't know what the hell going on with going through a divorce, is Jock. Okay. So anyway, that's what Clarissa had to say. And now she's heard what Clarissa's response is. And this is what Miss Shanika, whatever her name is, had to say.
That question from a place of care. I'm sitting here.
See, and that right there tells me that she was extremely disgustingly nasty when she asked it the first time. Because the question itself, to say that you asked that question with care, that is an oxymoron. You didn't have any care when you asked her that. But see, Miss Shanika, whatever her name is, she's one of them. One of them women who like to throw rocks and hide their hand. Provoke a bitch, and then when you act up, go, well, I don't understand. I don't know why they acting like that. I was only acting out of care. I don't know what's wrong with you. That type of bitch. Oh, I know them. I know your kind real well. Extremely well. She cannot be trusted. Let's get back into it.
We're interviewing a 31-year-old champion in her field. I'm feeling her energy. It's upbeat, but you know, I can tell that there's more going on than meet the eye. And as I led in my question, I said, I've been here before. A lot of women have been there before. And what I don't like most in the way that she was even like presented to my attention was the fact that it was Remy saying her name first and saying that you were on the phone with, you know, my husband.
But my thing with y'all on this stream, on these radios, is y'all hoes is fake as fuck. Cause why y'all don't ask Remy? Remy do a doggone interview, especially when all of this popped off. Remy was doing interview after interview after interview after interview, and y'all refuse to fix your lips and ask Remy why why she's sleeping with Easy the Block Captain. Remember, all of this started when Pap knocked out Easy the Block Captain for sleeping with his wife. We acting like we forgot where this shit started. Nobody asked Remy why she stepped out on Papoose and went to sleeping with Easy the Block Captain. This is what I'm saying. This is why I told you these people cannot be trusted. You bitches ain't coming from a place of care. Not only are you not coming from a place of care, you are very nasty. They call it nice nasty. This is a prime example of nice nasty, because you done cheated on your husband before and went through a divorce. I'm pretty sure if you cheated and it caused a divorce, you were sleeping with people before the ink dried. But you want to sit up here and act as if, oh, I'm coming from a nice place and I didn't expect. Nice, nasty, evil, not trusted. You cannot trust people like this. People like this will set you up for the kill. And then when you find out they did it, they'll go, oh my God, I don't even know what you're talking about. I care about you. Yay. I know your kind real well. How can the pot call the kettle? And this is the gag. I don't think you came up with the question. I think the producers behind the scenes told you to ask the question. But now that the girl called you out and blasted you, now you want to come to the internet and say, oh, I don't understand, and oh, she took it too far. And man, watch out. You cannot trust these bitches. You cannot trust them. You cannot.
And I was like, wait, hold on. Is this the girl with the same, with the movie out and the boxer that you keep telling us about?
Right.
I asked that question. So I'm putting these facts together, and over time, from people speaking on the way that she looks or the way that she acts or the way that she dresses, I'm looking at this young, successful lady, and I'm just like, I hate that for you. I hate that people are,
No, she don't. She probably got a fake page under a burn page under Clarissa comments dragging for it. No, she don't. Do not listen to, I hate that. No, she don't. No, she don't. She loves it. And especially after this interaction, this whole probably got a burn page somewhere, a fake account, and she be all up under Clarissa comments. No, she don't. She lying.
Looking at you and your talent, but your drama and who you chose to love is overshadowing that. So yes, I wanted to know, I wanted to know what I guess most people, I didn't know that she hadn't been asked that before, but it was in my spirit. It was nothing that I wrote down on paper. It literally, girl, how long are you willing to let this overshadow your career? So I'm putting.
You asked the question. How is she letting it overshadow her career when you asked the question? See, this is why I didn't even want to go through this, because I get upset because I can see through the bullshit, right? You asked Clarissa the question. Clarissa didn't ask you. You brought this up. But get her off of here. Hey, bro, I only showed y'all this to show y'all how really nasty people can be, right? And that Miss Shanika girl is extremely nasty. And I almost went off when she said, I keep hearing the people talk about how the way you look. Miss Shanika, you're not ugly, but you're a peculiar looking bitch yourself. I thought you was about to say something about Clarissa being funny looking or something like that. Because I was about to say, I know you fucking lying. Girl, you got a face like an Olmec. That's what I was about to say, but you didn't say it, so I let you live. I let you live, Miss Shanika, but you're a nasty bitch. You are. Let's move on. She's a very nasty bitch. Extremely nice, nasty bitch. The kind of person, hi, everybody, behind the scenes wanting you dead. It's crazy. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. You watch them kind of people. You better watch them. You better watch them, because if you don't watch them, I promise you they'll be up under your skin before you know it. Speaking of being under your skin, I know, what's the boy name? What's the boy name? The punk. Ricky Smiley. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I ain't know he had a podcast and it looked like Uncle Shay Shay's room. Why y'all ain't tell me Ricky Smiley had a podcast and it's set up like Uncle Shannon's room? So apparently, Ricky Smiley invited Boosie Boo down to the doggone podcast, and they had a little conversation or whatever the case may be. And Boosie spoke about how he was so excited when he thought he got his pardon. He said that he was about to throw a pardon party. He was running all up and down the street, excited. He said, and then days passed, he didn't get nothing, and he knew right then and there he had got. Shout out to Boosie, bro. Y'all, let's get into Boosie tell the story about how he thought he won his pardon. Boosie, you gotta stop doing interviews about this stuff. Them crackers gonna come put a hammer to your knees, boy. They don't like their business out there. It says Boosie recalls getting lied to about being pardoned by Trump after paying $600K. He says, got me running around the house with my shirt off. I was watching the news for 5 days. Let's get into Boosie, girl. This was funny.
3 days before Christmas, they text my lawyer and say the pardon has been signed by Donald Trump. Got me running through the house with my shirt off. Got me running through the house with my shirt off. I'm jumping all on the bed. Donald Trump has signed the pardon. Yeah. We just waiting on the news. Yeah. I'm by the news for 5 days. I ain't see. All I see is Trump bombing people. I'm about, look, we finna throw a pardon party at the house and everything. Yeah. I'm getting the balloons. We finna throw a pardon party. Yeah. I'm by the news 5 days. Every day I'm getting mad and mad. You were looking like your granddad and looking at you in church. I said, oh, these the playing game. 3 days before Christmas, they text my lawyer and say the pardon has been signed by Donald Trump. Got me running through the house with my shirt off.
Boosie, you was supposed to eat that, bro. You wasn't supposed to come to the internet and tell us you got played out of $600K. I ain't gonna lie, because you messing in them people politics and things of that nature. But at any rate, Boosie, at least he has a good spirit about it. You know, at least he's able to laugh about it and talk about how he was not. Boosie, I ain't gonna lie, if you would have threw a pardon party, if your ass would have threw a pardon party, listen to me and listen to me good. Nigga, if you would have threw a pardon party and then Trump would have came and they said you didn't have the pardon, I swear that would have been that would have been all I needed for 2026. But I'm glad you didn't throw the party because the pardon didn't go through. You got robbed, nigga. Only thing I will say to you, Boosie, one thing you had a mistake when you came into this situation. And this came from your mouth. Boosie said when he dealing with them white folks, it's not like the streets. He had to handle them differently. And that's where you messed up, Boosie, because dealing with them white folks, even the political ones, you have to not only be like you was in the streets, you need to amplify that shit and tighten up your spidey senses too. Because what you'll find out, if you haven't learned this already, them white boys in that politics, the niggas in the street don't have nothing on them. As a matter of fact, the streets prepared you to deal with these crackers. But you disregarded what you learned in the streets, thinking that the politics is a different game. And I'm here to tell you, you have a better chance in the streets than in the politics. At least in the streets, you on this road with cars your size. When it come down to politics, nigga, you on that bitch with 18 wheelers. And you in a minivan, a coupe. My nigga, it's different. So the only thing I will say is, Boosie, other than you getting got, is you got to know when you're dealing with these crackers, you got to go street. You have to. I'm not saying you got to act street. I'm just saying in your mind, you have to have the same principles and ideas when you're dealing with them crackers. That's the only thing going to save you. At any rate, shout out to Boosie. Like I said, it's good he could laugh about it because $600,000, girl, if I lose $600, I'm about to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, $600,000. You literally just gave that away. You could have just did a giveaway or something like that. I don't know what this is. No, I don't care. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let me get into this next honorable mention. Oh my God, did y'all see Shamar got arrested? OM. Where was y'all antennas? Ain't nobody told me. Shamar got arrested. Y'all know Shamar, the boy who said, "Yeah, better clock that T." He the guy whose body shaped like a, I don't know. Y'all know Shamar, okay? I don't have no problem with Shamar. Shamar got arrested. They say him and his boyfriend jumped somebody and then they got arrested, allegedly. I don't know. Let's get into it.
Okay? Just put your stuff right. Shamar, dog, you got a warrant, dude.
I got a warrant.
You got a warrant.
But I haven't did anything wrong.
Well, here's what we'll do, all right? I need you to step out, and then I'm going to talk to our database and just make sure we ain't got it wrong.
Oh my God. Are you gonna pull over?
Huh?
Bitch, what are you gonna pull over for?
Yeah, so the first thing,
I can't. So,
Hey, y'all, wait, give it 1 minute. Give it 1 minute. Okay,
don't record it. Don't record it.
all right. You have anything in your pockets? Okay. You'll be able to.
Because I haven't did anything.
Okay. So we're going to figure this out together. Right now, I just got to detain you. You're not officially under arrest. It could be a mistake in our system, but it did pop up when I ran you to put you on the report. It popped up that you had a warrant. So it's not that I don't believe you. I just have to do this, and then we'll figure it out together, okay? Shamar, dog, you got a warrant, dude.
Do y'all hear an echo on the clips? People saying there's a clip in the echo. I'm going to mute me and see if that works. Hold on. Because you know what else I think it is? Let me see. Let me fix something right here. I think I know what it is too. No, because the echo cancellation is off. I don't know. Y'all hear an echo? Somebody said no echo. Either way, I'm going to try to mute me and see if it's on.
I got a warrant.
There, do me a favor. I see you got another phone in your back pocket. I want this to be cool. So go ahead and take everything out your pockets. Just put it on your car. Your friend's not going to go nowhere. We'll just figure this out together. I can figure that out. All right.
She did it.
Can you put your hand like that for me? Like turn it like that, like so. Okay, that's good.
Did you tell them to start recording these?
Yo, for real, I will. Turn around. We'll get you in my car. No, that's not cool, and I'm sorry that's happening. Okay, just put your stuff right there. Do me a favor.
Yeah, he put.
All right, let's go ahead and get in my car. Okay.
He pulled he told me.
We'll look at this together.
Yeah, he put.
All right, let's go ahead and get in my car. Okay.
He pulled he told me.
All right, so I'm sorry I had to mute myself so there's no echo. So listen, the people are saying that Shamar and his boyfriend jumped somebody and that's why he got arrested. This is what the people are saying, okay? Now, I don't know how true it is, but I do know Shamar, I ain't gonna lie, bro. If them people pull up on you and say you got a warrant, and then you tell them you ain't do nothing wrong, and then they say, hold on, let me check to see if we got a mistake. They didn't make no mistake, bro. You already knew you was going. Now, I didn't know for sure what all was going on with the whole boyfriend situation, but I did see this video. I don't know if this is a recent one. I did see this.
How come I broke in my house and I get arrested for it? Come on now. But it's all right though. I'll be on. B.O.B. Hold it down.
Y'all plays too much in the back of these people police cars. Y'all really plays too much in the back of these people police cars. Cause ain't no way I'll be in the back in handcuffs and talking about some POP, hold it down. I know you lying, girl. Look at your boyfriend jumped somebody, girl. I don't know who they jumped, but they say he home now.
Nigga, that's all they were doing stuff. Y'all nigga wasn't doing a motherfucking thing. The only thing y'all was doing is getting me out there and get away. I'm back out on the next day. Man started making stuff about Rice Street. What happened? Oh, okay. Clock it. The fuck? And I'm out this hoe.
So y'all, there it go. Shamar got out. He said them hoes tried to pop him to stop him, but he outside. He said he got a bind, and if it's for a fight, I'm pretty sure he'll be fine. Y'all gotta stop jumping people, Shamar. Though y'all gotta stop jumping. Shamar said he is free though. Them people was trying to hate on him, and you know what? Low key, I believe him. Do I believe Shamar and his boyfriend jumped somebody? Absolutely. But I also believe that Shamar didn't do nothing. I don't know how that works. Let's move on, girl. Shamar is crazy. Do you hear me? Shamar ass is crazy. Y'all get the likes up on the video, though. Girl, I couldn't believe when I saw Shamar got arrested. Here we go, some more rituals. Here goes some more rituals. Dean the Great, I've noticed. Sukiana. Remember she got that panther tattooed on her face? Y'all ain't never... Let me see. Let me see if I can find Sukiana face tattoo. Y'all remember Suki got that face, that panther tattooed on her face? I remember when she did that. I was thinking to myself, I say the industry must have made her do that. Because I was like, who would do that? I mean, outside of Rock, you know what I'm saying? Outside of Krishan. But I was like, I think they made her do that. Now, I didn't know for sure, but I really felt like I feel like they told her she had to do it. Look. Y'all don't remember this? Wait, let me turn the volume off. Because they got music on it. Y'all don't remember Suki got that face tattoo? And Suki, I think Suki's a pretty girl. A lot of people may not agree with me, but I think Suki is extremely pretty. But I remember when she got this jaguar tattooed on her face, I was like, why in the hell would she do that? Like, what would convince her? And then right smack on the side of the face. And then after that, I started saying to myself, I believe that this is a ritual. I believe that some of the people in the industry are told that this is one of the things they have to do. I think there's blood sacrifices. I think there are sex rituals, all kind of rituals that celebrities are tasked to do in order to make it in the industry. And remember, this is Suki early in her career. And I think in her mind, she thought if she get this damn tattoo, I think she thought that, things would look up for her. But it ended up not doing so. Now, fast forward to Dean the Great. So if we fast forward to Dean the Great, now Dean the Great and what's the boy name? Dean the Great and AB are streaming like crazy. And Dean the Great is getting a face tattoo. And it's of Florida. And it just reminded me of Suki and her panther on her face. Because who would get a panther on their face? Like, think about outside of Rockhead getting blue on her face. Even with Krishan. Let's use Krishan as an example. Krishan got Blueface face literally tatted on her face. And while I believe that's some industry shit, I believe Krishan would have did it because she wanted to, because the bitch is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. However, I understand Krishan, now I don't agree with it, but I understand the logic going on in her mind, or lack thereof, of her wanting to get his face on her face. Because in her weird, deranged mind, I love him. He's the love of my life. And I want him to have a piece of him with me at all times. So even though I don't agree with it, and I think she's crazy as batshit, I somehow can see in her mind what will rationalize her saying, I want Blueface face on side of mine. Fast forward though. There's no logical reason for Sukiana to get a jaguar tatted on her face. And then there's absolutely no logical reason for Dean the Great to have the state of Florida tattooed on his face. Let's get into Dean and celebrating his new tattoo.
We Mike Tyson in it, nigga. Fuck it. Mike did it. Let's do it, gang. You ain't gonna be walking around me looking like this, bro. What? Got foot on me, nigga. You ain't getting it on your face, bro. Let this nigga be dumb. Let him be dumb.
So I am of the belief that that's some sort of ritual that the industry has going on, and it has a lot to do with defaming the face. Okay, now I don't know, have no facts or anything to back this up. This is just me in my speculation, right? Let me speculate for a minute. I believe, this is just what I believe. I believe that that's one of the rituals that a lot of celebrities that have joined this industry have had to do. And this is the gag, because the game ain't what it used to be, right? You know, back then celebrity meant, you know, red carpets, movies, theater, music, shows. That was celebrity. Nowadays, anybody with any following can be constituted as a celebrity. So I don't understand the rituals that's going on. Maybe because they're making $25,000 a week or $100,000 a week. Nope, that was Blueface making $25,000 a week. Maybe because they're making $100,000 a week, they realize, holy crap, I could just do, X, Y, and Z. But I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. Matter of fact, I seen AB and what's the guy named Zab Judah? AB was low-key trying to tell Zab Judah that he's doing this because he has to. Hold on. Zab. I don't know how to spell. I should know how to spell his last name, Zab Judah. Adrian Broner was talking to Zab Judah, and he was telling Zab Judah, I'm only doing this for X, Y, Z, and blah, 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 blah. And he was low-key basically telling Zab, he was like, I'm doing this because I have to, because I signed contracts. But this is not really what I wanted to do. Let me see if I can find it on TikTok. They say Zab Judah was taping him without his knowledge, and he didn't know. Hold on. They say Zab was taping him and he didn't know. Here you go. Let me show y'all this video. Look. Listen to what Adrian Broner telling him. Oh, hold on.
It ain't even that. It's just shut it chill. Like, no, I ain't want to leave it. It ain't even that. It's just unless he wake up and he like 20. But as of right now, I gotta keep playing. Money game.
Listen to the last part. The first part is a bit muffled, but he said, as of right now, I gotta play this game. And then he said the money game. So that means this is what that means when somebody say I gotta play the money game. Okay, y'all couldn't even hear that. I don't even know if y'all can hear it. I'm gonna replay it. Listen. This is what it means when somebody says you got to play the money game. That means at some point or at some level in the game, you have to sell your soul. Meaning you have to compromise yourself or your beliefs in order to do whatever it is you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I get from it. And when AB said, oh, I'm just over here playing the game, then I know that he's doing a lot of things that he wouldn't do otherwise. But he has to because he has to play the game. Let's listen to it one more time.
But as of right now, I gotta keep playing. Money game, money. Shut chill when I like.
That's not freedom. That's not freedom. You can have all the money in the world, but if you're constantly told what to do, is that really fun? Is that really family and fun and freedom? Is that really happiness? Is that really the dream that you had when you were a kid? No, because I'm pretty sure if they're telling you what to do on stream, I'm pretty sure they're telling you what to do off the stream, even with your money, because that's how it goes. At any rate, I just found it odd that Dean, like I said, is getting these face tattoos. This is the new thing. Also, remember, they're influencers. They want us to go outside and get face tattoos as well. And I remember when Krishan did it first, I thought it was the dumbest shit ever. But now everybody them turned around and started getting face tattoos. It's ridiculous. I won't be tatting up this face. I know that to be a fact. Moving on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. These people selling their souls. And listen, if Adrian Broner could say, I got to do what I got to do, play the game, then that tells me right then and there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that anything goes. Whatever he got to do to make sure the check gets cut, he going to do it. Does that make sense? Because he got to play the game. You get it? Speaking of playing the game, Sydney Starr's facing life in prison. We've all been following the story. And if you haven't, let me give you the backstory just really quickly. Sydney Starr is a reality TV wannabe, not a real reality TV star, but Sydney Starr is also a transsexual, transformer, transformation, whatever you call them, okay? Sydney Starr decided to lure a 13 or 14-year-old boy allegedly up to a room where something sexual happened, and either way, it ended up into a kerfuffle. They had an issue upstairs. The boy tried to leave. She went to offer him $40. And either way, the little boy still went downstairs, told his parents. They called the cops. Sydney Starr was arrested. Now, Sydney Starr is behind bars as we speak. And I got this update last night that says Sydney Starr is facing life in prison. And honestly, this is amazing. Because if Sydney Starr did what we believe he did, then he should spend life behind prison. And not only that, if Sydney Starr gets life behind prison, then the next man who decides to lure a 13 or 14-year-old boy or girl, maybe they'll get life in prison. Does that make sense? Now, do I believe that they're going to give Sydney life? No. Because if they give Sydney life, then other people are going to have to get life. So I don't think so. But it's good that Sydney Starr is facing life in prison. And that's what I said. I remember I said it. I know what I said. I said, if I had to guess, I said, if it was up to me, I hope that bitch get life in prison. Because what in the world would a 37-year-old man have in common with a 13-year-old, even an 18-year-old? Because according to Sydney said he talked to the boy, and the boy said that he was 18. Lies, and more lies. Okay. So anyway, Sydney is facing life in jail. Is there much of an article to read on this? Yes, let's get into it. Sydney Starr facing life in prison after arrest for alleged child molestation. It says Sydney Starr is facing the possibility of life in prison after being arrested in Georgia on multiple felony charges involving an alleged incident with a juvenile. According to online jail records, Starr was booked under his legal name, Sidney Favors, and is being held on charges that include aggravated child molestation, aggravated sodomy, and sexual battery involving a minor. Hold on. What is aggravated sodomy? What is aggravated sodomy? A severe criminal offense. It occurs when a person performs a sexual act involving the mouth or anus. Oh, so it could be just the mouth. Using physical force and against another person's will, or when the act is committed with a child under the age of 10. Oh. Okay. So they saying it could be the mouth or the bottom, and it's basically just force. Or when a person performs a sexual act, yeah, or when it's committed with a child under 10. Oh my God, this is sick. Where was I going with this? I left on aggravated child molestation, aggravated sodomy, and sexual battery involving a minor. It says authorities say the arrest stems from an alleged incident reported at an Embassy Suites hotel in Hapeville on August 2nd. Police said officers responded to the location, launched an investigation, and later arrested Starr on multiple felony charges related to the alleged assault. It says because the case involves a juvenile, officials said they will not be releasing additional details. At this time, Starr has been charged but has not been convicted under Georgia law. One of the charges carries a potential sentence of 25 years to life in prison if there is a conviction. The case remains under investigation. So this is what is going on in the Sydney Starr case, okay? Now they're saying aggravated sodomy, and I don't know if it's because what I do know, because we heard Tasha K and them say this on her channel. Let me go pull it up. Tasha K had a girl on there, I guess, who spoke with the family, and that girl said that she spoke to them, and allegedly they're saying that some kind of mouth, oral stuff went down. Don't get me the line. Please don't get me the line. But either way, I don't know if that's where because they say sodomy and battery. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see if I can find this video where they were saying that the little boy, that the girl talked to the boy. Hold on. Y'all like the video, please. Yeah, here you go. Y'all like the video. Look.
That this boy was young.
Yeah.
You can hear it. When I talked to the little boy on the phone, you can hear it. I am a mother of a 12-year-old. You can hear it in his voice. He's a baby. And the kid is saying while they on the elevator, like.
And let me say this too. I know that lady ain't lying, because at 13, them churn voice just start cracking. Not all the time. Some of them already have their deep voices at 13. But we're talking about a young boy going through puberty. Remember, girls mature faster than boys. So by 13, we done already had our periods for the most part. You know what I'm saying? We've already gone through our change. But this is prime time for boys going through puberty. 12, 13, 14. You feel what I'm saying? That age, okay? Now, I'm almost positive that this 13-year-old boy, by him going through puberty, his voice started to change, and I'm almost positive he started having that crack. You know what I'm saying? In his voice. Anybody who's been raised with boys or who's had boys, you know when they go through puberty, when their voice go through the change, they start cracking. So when they start talking, it's kind of like a dark tone or a deep tone, but sometimes a little crack of the high voice might step in every now and again. So when this lady said she spoke to him and she heard through his voice he was 13, then I know for a fact when Sydney met him, she knew he was 13. Oh, and by the way, even if somebody want to say he looked it older than 13 being a baseball player, I'm pretty positive, like I said last night, I'm pretty positive his teammates look 13. And on Boys with Sports, you got 13-year-olds on there probably look 8. Get me up here. When it comes to sports, I'm a sports mom. Hello? I remember I wanted to start a show called Basketball Moms. This is when Basketball Wives was popping. I remember in my mind, I wanted to start a show called Basketball Moms, speaking about the parents. It was going to be a show based on the parents outside of what goes on with this AAU and this sports shit. I'm talking about this shit was going to be popular. I might still do it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, as a sports mom, I know for a fact that on these teams, these children come in all ages and sizes. So you might have a team that's 12 and 13 years old. You might have a kid on that team that look 20, and then you might have a kid on the same team look 8. Because that's how different the maturity levels in the children are, period. Okay? So again, even if they're going to say that the boy looked 18, I'm almost positive the kids on his team look 12. Does that make sense? Okay, let's get back into what they were saying. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to bring that up.
Like, do you carry condoms? Like, asking this little boy.
What did the little boy say to you?
He was just explaining because I was talking to the sister. He was in the background, and you could tell how he didn't want to talk too much. But he was just saying that how it was uncomfortable and how she was telling him to come here at the bar, just telling me little, how it happened. More so like.
So she solicited him while she was at the bar. And what was his mom and sister at the time?
The mom, the sister said they just let the kids, like, I think they were checking in. Because they were checking in. Check-in 1 to 3. So everybody was kind of there early. You get what I'm saying? They couldn't check in, but Sydney Star had a room because I requested for that.
So did the boy know he was going up to the room to have sex possibly, or thought it was?
I don't know, but I would think he knew because she was asking him on the elevator about condoms. And then when she went in there, they said she gave him oral sex. And I think when she tried to penetrate him, or she did, I don't know. Because the sister said they did him a kid. So.
Okay, but real. It's given, unfortunately, ill. It's given, I'm sorry.
Did you clearly tell?
It's given T.S. Star, Sydney Star, tricked the little boy, went up there, did the little 1-2 yin yin, and when he got hard and went to go do the extra part, that little boy said, hell no. That's what it's given. Either way, Sydney Star, like I said, is facing life. As the last report that we got, he's facing up to life in prison, and he's also facing 25 years to life for one of the cases. And I think that this is appropriate, If this was medieval times, we'd hang him at the stake at high noon. At least if this was my time. But everybody's different, So at any rate, we'll keep our ears to the streets on what's going on with Sydney. Y'all guard y'all kids. Watch y'all churn. Please and thank you. If y'all don't do nothing else, watch your kids, okay? Speaking of watching your kids, Stephon Diggs signed a deal with the Washington Commanders. Stephon Diggs signs a $12 million deal with the Washington Commanders. Why is this important? Because, you know, Stephon Diggs was just fired from the New England Patriots. Yeah. Stephon Diggs is undergoing a lawsuit himself because according to what we know, or for what we heard, Stephon Diggs allegedly was messing with this gay dude, then got mad with the gay dude, and then had his brothers beat him up. Now, in between all of that, they said the gay dude stole some stuff from Stephon Diggs, but at the end of the day, Stephon Diggs shouldn't be doing stuff with gay dudes. You know? Neither here nor there. He's going through a lawsuit. He got fired from the Patriots. They say let go. I say fired. Tomato, make a salad, you know. He got fired from the Patriots and he was looking for a job. I told y'all the nigga was unemployed and he needed a job. And finally, a team picked him up. The Washington Commanders, $12 million deal. And I see people in the comments who know absolutely nothing about sports saying that he got this $12 million deal and it ain't a lot is hating because $12 million is a lot of money. Of course it is to a poor nigga. To a poor man, this sounds like a lot. This is amazing, but it's not. And we're going to get into why it's not. So Stephon Diggs was the #1 wide receiver in the NFL for a while. That nigga, I used to have him in my fantasy league. This nigga Stephon Diggs, it was #1 and not #2 for a little minute, okay? And this nigga, hold on, let me see what he signed on getting. Hold on. What's the highest amount Stephon Diggs signed an NFL contract for?
Stephon Diggs signed his biggest NFL contract for $104 million on April 6, 2022. It was a 4-year contract extension with the Buffalo Bills.
So in 2022, his highest contract was $104 million for 4 years. That means over 4 years, they got to pay him $104 million. Hold on. What was Stephon Diggs' original signing contract when he got into the NFL? How much did they give him?
Stephon Diggs signed a 4-year, $2.5 million rookie contract with the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
The deal included a signing bonus of $227,713.
So when he came in, he came in fresh off the cuff. They gave him $2.5 million, right, for 4 years. Well, he had done so well that they paid him, they went from paying him $2.5 million in 4 years to paying him $104 million in 4 years. Now, before we get into this contract, let's talk about overhead. Because see, people just see the numbers and they just go with the move. But nobody talks about the money that's got to come out before he even cashes the check. So let's start with taxes, okay? Hold on. How much in taxes would a person owe if they had a $12 million job? I should have said a deal.
Someone with a $12 million job could owe between $4.35 and $4.42 million in federal income taxes for the 2026 tax year, which is about 36.3 to 36.8%. For financial advice, consult a professional.
Girl, shut up. Listen, so out of the $12 million they giving him, 36 to 37 almost percent of that got to go back to taxes. So he's going to lose almost 5 off the cuff. He ain't even 8 yet. He ain't paid for security yet. He ain't paid for his doggone chef yet. He ain't paid his bills yet. He ain't paid child support. He ain't did none of this. And this is a $12 million deal for all of the people in the bike who acting like we tripping because this nigga done fell off like a goddamn socket off a wall. Okay? But again, this is what he deserves. Because if you out here RAPing and beating up or SAing people, then you don't deserve a $104 million contract. So for the people in the bike, for the poor niggas who see a number and go with the move because in their mind, I'm going to be rich until they not. For y'all, this is not good. As a matter of fact, the nigga going to be walking on damn near for free. Because this $12 million contract ain't what you think it is. But again, he probably loves the game so much that he'd rather go play for damn near for free in hopes that somebody else will pick him up. But I'm here to tell you that's not the way football works. Typically, once this happens, you're out of there. Strike, you're out of there. Typically, not all the time. Sometimes there are miracles. Sometimes things happen. But typically, in his situation, this will be his last contract. Does that make sense? So let's get into the article. It says, okay then, Stephon Diggs signs with the Washington Commanders on a reported $12 million deal. It says Stephon Diggs has reportedly found a new home. The four-time Pro Bowl wide receiver is expected to sign a one-year deal worth up to $12 million with the Washington Commanders. It says Diggs joins Washington after being released by the New England Patriots, fired earlier this year. During the 2025 season, he recorded 85 catches for 1,013 yards and 4 touchdowns, marking his 7th 1,000-yard season in the last 8 years. You only had 4 touchdowns this last year, fool. No wonder they ain't giving you no money. It says the move gives the Commanders another chance to strengthen their offenses or their offense heading into 2026 NFL season. Are we here for it? They probably not even going to start that nigga. They probably gonna put him in when they need him. You feel what I'm saying? They might start him at first to see what he do, but after he drop a couple passes, they'll bench him. You see what I'm saying? Value going all the way down. But this is what happens when you're dealing with sexual battery. You get what I'm saying? I don't give a damn if it was against a man or a woman. This is what happens when you deal with sexual battery. So for those in the bike who think that Stephon is back, he's not. He might be in a hole after this one, to be honest. Because after that, he got $12 million for 1 year. And let me tell you something else. If they only signed him for 1 year, they're probably gonna let him go at the end of the year. This is kind of this your last chance, nigga. We about to give you 1 season. If you don't go out there and play Superman, nigga, your ass is grass. That's what it's given to me. That's what it's given to me. Don't see him starting. Pretty sure they got their starters. They're going to put him in when they need him. Probably on some special teams. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't going to say that. They ain't going to put him on special teams. But they'll probably put him in as they need him. And then he'll go from there. This is probably the end of the road for Stephon Diggs. Maybe he can get along from his baby mother. Cardi, loan your baby father some money. He going to need it. Let's move on. At least he married. Well, not married. At least he got a bitch pregnant who got money. He might could go to her and see if he could get something out of her. Let's get into Saucy Santana's quote. No, before we get into that, one more thing. Now they're saying, and this is not true. I'm telling you, this is not going to go like this. But let's get into the news. They want us to believe that Dr. Fauci is gonna possibly be facing some charges. And I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen. It says state committee or Senate committee votes to hold Dr. Fauci in contempt of Congress after he invoked the Fifth Amendment, 111 times. They're not slick with this 111 times. Let's get into it. Dr. Fauci has officially been held in contempt of Congress. The Senate Homeland Security Committee voted 8 to 5 along party lines after Fauci spent nearly 3 hours testifying last week and invoked his Fifth Amendment right 111 times while being questioned about his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Committee Chair Rand Paul argues that the pardon Fauci receives mean he should be able to invoke or shouldn't be able to invoke the Fifth, but Fauci's legal team strongly disagrees. Paul is now considering bypassing a full Senate vote and sending the matter directly to the Department of Justice, though doing so would require additional procedural approval. It says Democrats on the committee repeatedly tried to block the vote, calling the effort a personal vendetta by Paul, but the attempts were unsuccessful. So they're saying Rand Paul, that's the man who be asking them all the questions. They're saying Rand Paul is is going to basically vote for him to be held in contempt. Because if y'all don't recall, every question they asked him, it was, I plead the Fifth. I plead the fifth. Everything was I plead the fifth. Now, for y'all who don't know why he's on trial, he's the person behind the COVID vaccine. It has recently come out that it was unjust, and not only unjust, uncalled for us to be mandated to take this thing. Not only was it unjust and uncalled for, it was basically a criminal act. That's what he's on trial for. And he has gotten in front of these people and said, I plead the fifth, I plead the fifth, I plead the fifth, and I plead the fifth. Now, this is a problem because many people died during this COVID pandemic. And a lot of them died from the vaccine. Now, I know a lot of y'all won't like to admit that out loud, but it's the truth. The science dictates it, baby. You ain't got to ask me. Go look at the research. Okay? Many people lost their lives via that vaccine. I ain't gonna say directly cause it, but I'll say via that goddamn vaccine and the ventilators that he was promoting to the people. But I'm here to tell y'all, they want us to believe that he's gonna get in trouble. I don't believe it, because he did what he was put here to do. Eliminate people. Remember, I believe he's a eugenics. I believe he's just as much of a eugenics as Walter Plecker. Hell, this might be Walter Plecker. For all we know, shit. Let's talk about it. Where my conspiracy theorists at? Tap in. Put the 3 in the chat. Let me talk to my conspiracy theorists right quick. Get me up here. For all we know, that Walter Plecker. For all we know, these motherfuckers reincarnate over and over and over again. For all we know, that's Walter Plecker in a new body. For my conspiracy theory people, you understand where I'm going with that, right? So I believe that this man, what's his name? Dr. Fauci is a eugenics. And what is a eugenics? That's people who want to eliminate populations of people. Hold on. What is a eugenics? It ain't gonna read it. Eugenics is the discredited practice or belief that the human population can be improved by controlled selective breeding. Coined in 1883 by Francis Galton, it aimed to increase desirable hereditary traits and suppress undesirable traits through methods like forced sterilization, segregation, discrimination, and they forgot to put Planned Parenthood, because I'm going to add that on to the end too. Okay? So, with that being said, for all we know, this is the same people coming back over and over again to practice this eugenics, to make sure that we don't repopulate, okay? So, that's just my opinion. I don't believe that he's going to get in trouble, because I believe this is his job. I believe that the enemy, one of his main jobs is to keep us under illusion, make us believe that they're going to hold him responsible or accountable for something. Do not believe this shit y'all see on the internet when you see the Republicans questioning him and hammering down on him. Do not believe that they really care about you. I keep telling y'all, they 2 birds on the same goddamn wing, or 2 wings on the same bird. All of that political theater y'all be watching, thinking that the people on the right have your back and the people on the left is bad, or the people on the left have your back and the people on the right is bad, y'all foolish. All of them people playing in y'all face. This is political theater. Ain't no different from you watching The Young and the Restless or watching Baddies. It's the same shit, different toilet, flushing. Okay? So please, do not think that you're on the right side, because if you're on any side, you're wrong. These people probably brought back Walter Plecker through this body, and this nigga been doing eugenics since he got here. And I'm pretty sure once he go on to glory again, well, not glory, go on to hell again, he gonna come back and run this shit back again. This is what they do. This is what this enemy does. And if you understand the spiritual warfare we under, then you know I ain't talking out the side of my neck. Okay? With that being said, though, we'll keep our ears to the streets and see what they do with Dr. Fauci. But it's too late to a lot of people who lost their lives. My heart really go out to people who got vaccine injuries. My heart go out to people who suffer from stuff after the vaccine. Like I told y'all, my cousin is a nurse. Been a nurse for 20 plus years. 30 years damn near. And that lady said she was perfectly healthy before the vaccine. But after the vaccine, she be dealing with A1C problems, all kind of shit. I'm telling y'all, and she's a R in her damn self. Okay? Let's move on. Saucy Santana. I'm on your ass, boy. I'm on your ass, you burly nigga. Saucy Santana. A video has started to go viral since of last night, I want to say, of Saucy Santana going around saying, who all wants him? Remember, he loves you being quiet on the creek. Keep your kids off that creek now. Let's get into Saucy in the video that's going viral. Let's get into it.
Niggas wanna fuck me, kids wanna fuck me, aunties, everybody.
I just went on Saucy Santana Instagram just to see if he addressed the story, and I went on the story, and this is what I seen, right? I have no hatred to no communities, but when I see this post, bro, I'm like, oh, this is agenda being ran on the highest level. You know why this works? Because of Medea. You know I put Medea on Pinterest and all this shit popped up? I was just looking for that, but all this shit popped up, right? Let's get into it. Are really under a spiritual warfare, bro. The inversion. The inverted beings, bro. Like, y'all really know we are not fighting amongst flesh. We are really fighting amongst spiritual principalities. That little esoteric gem in the Bible, you gotta understand the Bible has got a bunch of books in it. There's a lot of esoteric gems in the Bible. But I'm telling y'all, man, the reason why this works, and I'm not judging nobody because of what they do. But when you talking about kids and all that, when you start pushing it reminds me of the California situation with the schools and who could teach in there. I speak a certain way because, bro, this is my 6th page. Oh, bro, you used to use the... Bro, I'm not gonna be blunt with it no more. I can't. Nigga, the video has to stay up, bro.
He must be on TikTok. Because TikTok like that. I'm on my 2nd page. And I already know how they get down. I'll be on 4, 5, and 6 before it's over.
But the quiet on the creek trend is some predator stuff. Maybe Saucy was a victim, and now victim.
Niggas wanna
It's the first part that gets me.
fuck me, kids wanna fuck me, aunties, everybody.
Niggas wanna F me, kids wanna F me, aunties, and everybody. You know, that tells me a lot about Saucy and his what do you call it? His insecurities. Because who says that? Niggas wanna F me, kids? I know where he's getting that from. Man, I wish I could find that video. There's a video of Saucy Santana. Let me see if I can find it. There's a video of Saucy Santana being followed by kids and they were flirting with him. Can you find it for me?
There isn't a video.
Yeah, there is. Shut up, bitch. You don't know. Girl, don't listen to no Google. Google be lying down to the ground. They be lying. Girl, that's why I don't do Google like that. That's why, yeah, I do it on here, but let me see. There was a video where Saucy Santana was walking somewhere, and there was a bunch of kids that seen him. And one of the kids was like, "Ooh, he got a fat ass. Ooh, he got a fat ass." And it freaked me the F out. The reason it freaked me out was because these were 12, 13. They look like middle school boys. And Saucy was running from the kids. It's a real video. It is a real video. Don't let Google lie to you. That's why I tell you, you got to know how to deal with Google. Because if you just let Google tell you, Google will tell you none of this shit is real. Everybody lying about everything. Let Google tell you. You found this, send it to me, the Butterfly Boys. Send me that doggone video. Don't let Google fool y'all. Google is a lie and a half, and the truth ain't in it. Say what I said. Send me that clip, voodoodollpodcast@gmail.com. This nigga here, and to kind of piggyback off of what the brother was saying in the video, this is easily a demonic situation, this quiet on the creek stuff. This is bigger than y'all just having fun and listening to a song. But I keep telling y'all that, and y'all don't want to hear me. And I get it. I keep having to tell myself that everybody is not going to hear the message, and I got to be okay with the mass majority of the people ignoring me. I get that. But I'm trying to tell y'all that this is bigger than your music and entertainment. This is way bigger If you think this is simply about being able to express yourself in so-called entertainment, you a new age fool. These people trying to screw us over, bruh. And it's through all this entertainment that we're taking in over and over and over again. But for Saucy to say kids want to screw him, it had to be after that video. And on top of that, why? Why would anybody want to screw you? See why he was over there talking about he a dainty girl and he's not big. Yeah, you is. You a big burly punk, and I think you might be a predator. Because why is you going around talking about kids want to do something to you? Who thinks like that? Who thinks like that? Literally, who thinks like that? That would never come out of my mouth, because a child and anything in a sexual nature would never be in my brain. So I don't understand how that would even be a Freudian slip. Who thinks and talks like this? Let me see. I got the video. I got the little clip with itself. I'm gonna repost that bitch too. Yeah. All these weird ass niggas out here leading the doggone culture. Look at this. Let me repost it first. Look at his nasty tail self.
Niggas wanna fuck me, kids wanna fuck me, aunties, everybody. Niggas wanna fuck me, kids wanna fuck me, aunties, everybody. Niggas wanna fuck me, kids wanna fuck me, aunties, everybody.
Thank you for sending me the link. Here you go. This the video right here. Thank you. I appreciate whoever sent me this link. Here you go. Let's get into it.
Hey, I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing. Drop this here. Hey, I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing. Drop this here.
So for y'all who can't see or hear what the first comment was, somebody was like, "Ooh, he got a fat ass," and then he turned around and said, "What you say? Let me run it back."
Hey, I don't got nothing.
These is little boys. These is little boys. These is little boys running behind a man. Little boys. I need y'all to understand what I'm saying, because I don't think y'all quite understand how bad this is. For the kids and for Saucy. Our little boys are now looking at men with BBLs as girls. They're behind him saying he got a fat ass. This a man. This a man. And these is little bitty, these are our babies. Bad or not, they babies. I don't think y'all quite understand. So now, going back to Saucy, what you say, Saucy? Who want to screw you?
Niggas wanna fuck me, kids wanna fuck me, aunties, everybody. Niggas wanna fuck me, kids wanna fuck me, aunties, everybody. Niggas wanna fuck me, kids wanna fuck me, aunties, everybody.
It's an agenda. Let's move on. I'm not even about to get all out the way with it. It's an agenda. If y'all can't see it, you don't want to see it. And whenever you fall down the rabbit hole, it is what it is. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Protect your children. If you don't do anything, protect your children. Now is the time to hold your children close to you more than any time before. I don't know how many times to tell y'all that. I don't know how to tell y'all that so y'all can understand it. Niggas really around here still thinking fat meat is free. Niggas really running around here still thinking we living in a game. That's the problem. So it is what it is. Guard y'all children, man. This last week has been about nothing more but children, and being violated and messed up. Children. The whole week. The whole week it's been about children. Y'all still don't understand the universe talking to us, telling us to grab a hold of our kids, telling us to be the person to be the. We need to be the first influence of our kids, but we let the internet influence us. So how we gonna influence our kids? See how that go? If the internet influenced me, how the hell can I be in the influence? Not a good one. Because only thing my kid is gonna get is the reflection of how the internet influences me. You know what I mean? Let's move on. Since we're on kids, let's stay here. Y'all seen the thumbnail? They got women, so-called women, dressing their babies in lace front wigs. Let me give y'all a visual. Hold on. So it's a new thing now that we're putting straight up lace fronts on our babies. So we're doing straight lace fronts. The little bitty babies, before their hair could start growing, before they can really get through with, whatever it is, we putting whole lace fronts on our babies. And we're not even talking about psychologically what this does to our children. Bad enough we hate our hair. So what you think this gonna do for the kids? Look at this little girl. Full lace front. And I know some of y'all in here in the chat think this shit cute. I know you do. Y'all don't see no problem with this. This is all good. This is all set. Those are Africans. These is niggas. Niggas is putting lace fronts on their babies. Yeah, Africans are doing it, but we're not going to put this on Africa. And now y'all already know I'm here to drag for Africa whenever Africa is doing their thing. I'm here to drag Africa down to the ground. But what we're not going to do is put nothing extra on Africa. This here is niggas. Niggas. Africans don't have that much access to the lace fronts. No. These is Black Americans. See, I'm not one of them content creators gonna act like we perfect. No, we got problems too. This is niggas. This ain't no Africans. These is Black Americans, okay? Who I'm talking about, I don't give a damn what the African doing with their child. Could care less. I'm talking about us, okay? Let's not act like this ain't a us issue. This is definitely a us issue. This is us. Let's get back into it. And this girl looks Black American. I don't know what else to tell y'all, but if the last girl didn't, she does. This is definitely a Black American little girl. And let me find you some more, just in case y'all needed some more. That's an African. Is that an African? I guess this one an African too. Yeah, see, we're not going to get better until we acknowledge where we messing up at. Until we acknowledge where we messing up, we're not going to get better. Stop acting like niggas is perfect, because we're not. We got issues too. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. I guess this is African too. This is African?
This girl can't be no more than 7 to 9 years old. And for some reason, her mother thought it was cool to send her to school with a lace front wig on. It's like these new modern day parents are trying to live their second childhood through their children, especially the mothers. They're literally dressing their children in all type of things that children shouldn't be wearing. Like, why is a 7 or 8 year old girl going to school with a full lace front on? This is something that was made for adults. When I grew up, kids weren't wearing wigs and lace fronts and all this stuff in school. Y'all can't let a child stay in a child's place. Y'all are trying to live y'all life and make your children who you are. Stop forcing these children to be adults too early. There's no way that she should be in elementary school with a lace front wig on. Come on, man, the year just started. Y'all stop this. Come on.
Turning my baby to a Barbie doll with a single frontal installation.
Is my audio still acting up? Listen, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Hold on. This girl, no, not her. What other girl that I had? The girl who I got on the thumbnail. It was a girl on the thumbnail.
Yes. Do you like it? Are you sure? I'm not sure. She made me. Yes. Do you like it? Are you sure? I'm not sure.
Listen, we have this issue with lace front wigs. It's an issue. I see a young lady on TikTok going back and forth with women, Black American women, about the wigs right now. We have an addiction to the wigs. Okay, it's not just Africans. I'm gonna play you guys a video. Y'all gotta stop saying this is just Africans. Y'all gotta stop acting like y'all don't see Black American kids with lace fronts. So let me ask y'all a question. Be honest, because I need y'all to be honest. And again, I'm not about to keep repeating myself to people who willfully don't want to hear me. If you just don't want to hear me, then that's fine. I'm not gonna keep repeating myself. But y'all not gonna act like Black Americans not doing this shit. I've seen it with my own fucking eyes, kids in lace front wigs. And I know you have too. Stop acting like because TikTok is full of Africans doing it, we not doing it. Go on your Facebook. School just started Monday. Go on your Facebook page right now, and I bet you find at least 5 kids with lace fronts. Go right now. I bet you I don't care if you got 20 friends. Go on Facebook, watch all these people upload pictures of their children on the first day of school, and I guarantee you can count at least 5 kids with lace fronts on. Stop acting, man. Y'all niggas is crazy. This is why we cannot excel. This is why we can't get out of poverty. This is why we can't get out of slavery, because we don't want to heal. We don't want to face where we messing up at and fix it. That's the problem. This ain't an African situation. Remember, the Africans wouldn't know about lace fronts until we showed them. This us. This is us. We got to take accountability for this shit. Now, if you don't put a lace front on your child, say that and leave it there. But don't act like Black Americans ain't putting lace fronts on their kids. It's all over everywhere. And it's sick. It is a problem because we got grown women who literally are addicted to these wigs. The wigs are pulling the hair out by the patches, and these women cannot live without these wigs. So if the wigs are making the women like that, what you think it's going to do to the kids? If the wigs got the women feeling like they can't live without it, what do you think it is going to do to your babies? On top of that, you got to add in the fact that these is babies. They hadn't got an opportunity to love their own hair and understand their own hair. And here you go putting a helmet on top of it because you don't like your hair. And then let me ask y'all something. If you was born in the 80s or the 90s, all of us scream and holler. This is why I say we love to drag for our parents, but then we do worse than them and we don't see it. We love to drag for our mamas for putting perms in our head. Put a 3 in the chat. Oh, I wish my mama didn't put no perm in my head. My mama ruined my hair because she put a perm in my head when I was 3. Oh, I had edges, but I remember my mama put a relaxer in my hair. And then when she put the relaxer in my hair, it messed my hair up. Oh, I would have been able to have long hair. I used to have long hair, but my mama had went got a relaxer and put a relaxer in my head. And now my hair don't grow right here. All of us got that story. What you think our kids gonna say about y'all with these lace fronts? See, we just jokingly, oh, my mama put the perm in our head, messed my head up. Y'all are going to damn near kill these children with these lace fronts. What you think they're going to say about you? When they become 25, 30, 35, and they bald like my hand, what you think they're going to say about you putting a lace front on top of their head like a goddamn helmet at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, because you're pulling their hair out. The wigs literally pull the hair out. It makes you bald. That's why you ever seen people take off their wig, don't be having no hair right here. All this be gone. All that be gone. All that be gone from the glue. So if your head look like that, what you think it's going to do to your kid? Come on, man. I'm gonna let a teacher tell y'all. Shout out to this lady. She sounds like she's from New Orleans. She was speaking about how the kids are coming into her class first day of school with full lace front wigs. Let's get into it. Y'all get the lights up.
Tell you something. If your daughter is in middle school wearing a wig and lashes, you have the problem. I promise you, you have the problem. If your daughter is in middle school and have a beauty supply budget more than your electric bill, and you stupid to do it. You crazy. 7th graders shouldn't be doing that anyway. If your daughter has a lace front and don't even own a library card, make that make sense. Make it make sense. She wearing meek eyelashes. She wearing meek eyelashes. Girl, go sharpen that pencil. Go sharpen that pencil. In middle school, you shouldn't even be wearing no wigs and no lashes that part. Some of them got a wig installed tighter than their math grade. You're installed tighter than your math grade. Make sure your grade's on point. But when you really think about it, some parents are raising an influence. That's what they're raising, an influence. That's what it is. But you can't find a pencil on Monday. Make that make sense. Middle school babies should be asking for snacks, not lace glue. You're buying lace fronts, but this report card come home looking like a crime scene. Y'all stupid. To be honest with you, middle school, they shouldn't even be wearing no wigs or lashes. That part, y'all make that make sense to me. Make it make sense, please. Tell you something. If your daughter is in middle school,
I forgot to add the lashes and the nails that y'all add on to y'all kids. I forgot y'all like to put lashes and nails on them too, turning them into grown ass women at 10 and 11. God, I hope they safe. I really hope they're safe. At any rate, listen, we have a problem, ladies and gentlemen. Bad enough as black women, we have a problem being addicted to the lace front wigs. We as black women have a problem. So I know we're putting the wigs on our kids because we think it's okay to put the wigs on our own heads. And if we hate our own hair, what do you think it's going to do to our children? How do you think it's going to make our children feel when they feel they're only dressed up when they have a lace front on? And then when they finally want to take it off, because lace fronts are going to go out of style. Lace fronts like BBL are at some point going to literally fade away. I promise you. And lace front wigs for all of y'all, remember this era. When we go back and look at this era, people are going to look at how crazy we all looked at. Not me, because I ain't really wear a lot of lace fronts, right? But still, even with the wigs, we're going to have to go back to what we look like today and look at how foolish we looked. We look a mess. We do. As black women, when it comes to them wigs, we look a hot ass mess collectively. And I'm not saying your physical appearance. I mean these helmets that we putting on our heads day to day, all the time. We look a mess. We hate our hair. We think our hair is so unmanageable. They've even tricked us to believe that putting the wigs on is safety for our hair. Or it's what they say they call it? What they called it, it's a protective style. No, it ain't. It's pulling all our hair out. So we already insecure about our hair. We already hate our hair. We don't have no edges in no hair. So now we just go ahead on and put it on our daughters. Black American women, please, if you listen to me, I do what you want with your head. But I'm telling you now, if you put this stuff on your kids, you are ruining their lives. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, because we have not sat down and did the study on psychologically what these wigs have done to us. We have not sat down psychologically and talked about what these wigs have done to us. I'm a black woman talking to you, telling you that the wigs have made us sick. I don't know if they putting something on the lace. I don't know if they putting something on the crown of the wig, but whatever it is, it's making us black American women sick. It's literally tearing us up in our mental, in our spiritual. It's making us sick. But do what you want. Do what you want. It's ruining if it's making us sick, it is going to ruin our children. Put the wig on yourself. Stop putting this and fake hair and this shit on y'all kids, man. Stop it. Do it for you. Don't do it to your kids, okay? And you turn them older. When you make your 12-year-old look 18, you open the door for predators. When you make your 8-year-old look 16, you open the door for predators. Y'all don't want to talk about that part. People like to talk about the predators when they get there. But when it's time to talk about how the predator got there, everybody get quiet. A lot of y'all literally open the doors for the predators to come right on in and grab your kids. I see y'all doing every single day on this internet. And then when you try to tell y'all that, y'all get mad and want to fight. No, y'all opening the doors for predators to walk right in and grab your kids. If you care about your kids, you wouldn't do this. If you care about your kids, you would not put a lace front on their heads, okay? You're a grown woman, you do it. Don't put it on them children. You're ruining them. Let's move on. I don't have a problem with what we do with ourselves. When it comes to the kids, bro, we got to have a different mindset. But I know this might fall on a lot of deaf ears. Fine. Let's move on. Because y'all was already talking about this food. That ain't us. That's the Africans. You lying. I don't see no Africans. I see niggas. It's niggas running around here. I'm not saying the Africans not doing it. Let's be clear. I do see that the Africans are doing it as well. But I'm speaking to my people because I see something happening with my people. Talking about them. I don't give a damn about no African and they shit. I'm talking about my own people. I see something that y'all not seeing, and we're going up Shit's Creek without a paddle if we don't get this thing together. Now, speaking of, let's get into straight women in this DL stuff. Oh my God. And Saucy Santana, big wide ass. He better come out and address that video. He better. Hold on. So, Black women needing to date DL men.
Good morning.
There's this concerted thing on the internet. There's a thing going on the internet that's gotten so-called Black men who sometimes, a lot of the times, identify as queer. There's been this thing, I saw a Black girl on here too, that there's a thing going around saying that Black women who don't date DL or queer men are being homophobic. Let that sink in. So if you're a heterosexual straight woman and you decide I want to date men, but I don't want to date men who like other men, they're saying that you're being homophobic, that it's not a preference, that you're being homophobic. So that means you don't get to choose who you want to date. This is what they're saying. Anybody who tells me that if I choose not to date a specific group or a certain people, then I am being homophobic, you're basically telling me what I can and cannot do. This is what they're doing. So they're coming on the internet, shaming straight women, telling straight women, now mind you, they're talking to Black American women. I'm only speaking to y'all because that's who they're speaking to. They're telling us that if we choose to not date DL and queer and gay men, that we are being homophobic. Henceforth, forcing us to date men that we are not sexually and physically attracted to. They want to blur the lines. Remember, this isn't about you and your sexual preference. That's what they're using to push the agendas. This is about blurring the lines with humanity, so when they drop these transhumans off on our ass, we'll be screwed. And on top of that, this is also another form of eugenics, because if women start dating men who date other men, then it's going to cut down on the amount of women getting pregnant. And you know why? Because it's going to reinforce to men that it's okay. You can date men and you can date women, and the women will still be here with open arms, ready for you to come home. And as a Black woman, I'm on here telling y'all over my dead fucking body, bitch. All you DL, queer, gay, lesbian, trans, all you crazy wacko motherfuckers that's gonna come over to Black American women and tell us what we can and can't do, what we should and shouldn't say. You done lost your dick, nigga. You done lost it. Because that's not about to happen, okay? But let's get into the brother. Nope, he's not a brother. I don't know what this is. Let's get into this thing. Tell Black American women that having a preference of not dating DL and queer men is not a preference. Let's get into it. Y'all get the lights up. You can't make this shit up.
Good morning. There's a discourse happening on the internet right now with straight women saying that they don't want to date bisexual men and that it's their preference and they don't like their lifestyle. And as a queer, pansexual / bisexual man, I would just like to touch on this very quickly. The whole preference thing, we're gonna cut the shit. Just immediately. Let's stop that. A preference is you not wanting tomatoes on your burger. A preference is you ordering a drink without ice. It's not preference, babe. You're homophobic. Because the issue with straight women not wanting to date bisexual men has always been y'all look at bisexual men as sexual objects, which is the issue with a lot of straight people and queer people. Y'all,
baby, you just lying and talking out the side of your pussy. You a lie, punk. We have never looked at women collectively. Our brains aren't wired to look at people as sexual objects. I'm not saying that there aren't women who do. I'm telling you as a woman, the way we're engineered and wired. See, this is why you don't listen to men when it comes to women, right? The way we're wired, our brains and our hormones and our estrogen, we don't look at people as objects. See, the way the Most High made us, we're more nurturing. We're more caring. When we see sex, we associate it with love, typically. We're not like men. Men have dicks, and they think with those dicks, and then they sexualize people like things. Women don't do that. But he's going to use that to say that that's why we don't want to date DL men, because we sexualize them like objects. Are you insane? See how somebody could come on the internet and tell a bold-faced lie and have you believe it if you don't know what the hell you listening to? Women have never looked at men collectively as sexual objects because we're not wired that way. We're not geared that way. That's how men think. That's what you niggas do. But go ahead on with your projection, because that's all this is. A whole bunch of projection.
straight women not wanting to date bisexual men has always been y'all look at bisexual men as sexual objects, which is the issue with a lot of straight people and queer people. Y'all look at them as purely sexual objects. Straight women that don't want to date bisexual men look at them as not a human with emotions and flaws and feelings and judge them by the character. Y'all look at them as a disease. Your whole mindset is, I don't want to date a bisexual man for two reasons. One, because I don't want them to bring me back any STDs or anything like that. Or two, I don't want another man to take my man away from me. It's the ego and pride thing. It's one or the other.
Yeah, see, you gays gotta stop this. Y'all gotta stop. Well, he's queer. You queers gotta stop this. Y'all be acting like the men on men is so popular, but none of the men y'all be sleeping with be wanting to be with y'all in public. It's the reverse psychology, ladies. Don't listen to this shit. Oh, y'all be scared a man if a man gonna take him, why we don't see more men with men? Even the gays, even the men who like boys, they be DL. So there's no threat of men taking men from women. There has never been a threat of men taking men from women. It's not possible. It's not possible, because that would imply that all men like men more than they like women, and that's just not the truth. He talking crazy. I don't know who sent him. I don't know whose talking points he's using, but he sounds a fucking fool. So first we sexualize bisexual men as objects, and then after we sexualize them, what? You sound stupid, nigga. Men gonna take all the men from the women. Okay, that's what it is. We're so mad we don't like bisexual men because we're so afraid that a man is gonna come take our man. That's what it is. Sure, fucking nigga. You stupid. You're an idiot. You're an ignorant ass Negro. You're an idiot. You stupid.
Okay? That's just the truth of it. But you judge them as a sexual object. And that's just the truth. There is no fucking preference. You're not looking at them as a person. You're looking at them as a disease. You're looking at them as a sexual object. That is the truth. which is a ironic concept to think about. Because straight men do it to straight women all the time. They look at y'all as pussy, as something to fuck. Purely a sexual object. And you hate it. But you do it to...
Women aren't even attracted to gay men or bisexual men. So why would we look at them as sexual objects? Our coochies don't even get wet if we know they gay. Remember, that's the whole point of y'all being the DL. Because we don't like men who are gay.
Bisexual men. All the time. Right? So let's cut the bullshit. That's what it is. Live your truth.
Yeah, so that's what he had to say. And he must have got a lot of backlash for it. Because after he got the backlash, he came back with another video. And he says he wanted to further explain what he meant when he made the first video. Now, mind you, this nigga is in medical. He's in the medical field. Oh, my God. I hope he just pushed patients. I hope that bitch is a goddamn valet around the hospital. I sure hope he ain't administering no medicine. Because that fool is crazy.
Hi, I made a little video yesterday talking about a topic that's been going around pertaining to some straight black women. Some, because some of y'all don't know how to tell the difference if the shoe fits or not. Straight black women and them not wanting to date queer men. And I got a lot of interesting responses to that video. So today I'd like to respond to that. And while I do, I'd like you to pay attention, very close attention to the bottom of this video on some of the comments that you're going to read. Y'all responded with some very interesting words like entitlement, origin, rape. And so I want to make a video response that is very clear and concise. Here we go. I love to ask people why. Because the more you ask people why, you'll get the real answer instead of the bullshit answer. Yesterday when I made that video, and I was asking people why, I wasn't asking you why you don't want to date me. I wasn't asking straight black women why they don't want to sleep with me. I don't seek y'all out. I have dated y'all in the past, but I don't seek y'all out. I'm partnered to a very beautiful black queer woman. See, I'm asking you the why because I already know the why. And you already know the why. And we already know the why. Because some straight black women have been very vocal about their why they don't want to date queer black men. You see, in the black community, it's very common for us to at least have a homophobic mom, a homophobic sister.
This how you know he got talking points. Because whenever he feels like his point isn't being made, he throw the slurs. So homophobic mom, homophobic sister. Mind you, the gays' best friends are typically women. But I guess all women are homophobic though. Sure.
Homophobic cousin that happens to be a woman, a homophobic auntie, and if you're lucky, you have all four. And with that comes an assortment of distasteful, derogatory, disrespectful, unprovoked comments shot at queer black men every day, online or offline, pick your poison, based on negative stereotypes. These are from straight black women that have no interest in being tied to queer black men unless it's queer black culture. Quiet on the creek, what's the tea, clock it. Y'all love that. For protecting black queer men, can't do that. That's so.
And you know what bothers me with y'all? Y'all been popping all of 30 days. I'm talking about the LGBTQ community. You niggas been popping all of 30 days. Now y'all act like the world won't revolve unless y'all are here. I don't understand that. Oh, you like the clock it, you like queer culture. Bitch, it's one song. And I hate the song, as a matter of fact. So I don't like it. But even if y'all are putting out music, now all of a sudden the world will stop spinning if the gays and the LGBT, and it ain't all of y'all, it's these ignorant people on the internet. But the world now is going to stop if the LGBTQIA plus community don't get its way. Man, miss me with this. Please, miss. This is extreme reverse psychology. Yes, yours truly, beloved Nikki. This is extreme reverse psychology. This is extreme projection. All the things he said about women is really not true about women. It's really true about men. Us thinking of people as sexual objects, God didn't make us like that. So you know that's not true. God didn't wire women to be like that. It's a bunch of projection and a whole bunch of reverse psychology. It's to trick you into saying, well, you know what? Maybe I should give a queer man a chance. They're trying to get y'all to blur these lines. Do not do this. Follow your own mind. If you don't like gay or queer men, don't let nobody tell you you're wrong for that. You get to like whoever you want to like. When the Most High put us down here, he gave us something called free will. Even he allows us to have free will. Even God says, I'm going to give you an option. So now all of a sudden, the LGBTQ community telling us we don't have an option. I listen to God, not none of you bitches, not none of y'all, not one of y'all. I listen to God. God gave me free will, and my free will tells me I don't want to date an LGBTQ member. I don't. And I don't have to. And you and nobody in that community gonna make me feel bad for saying it. I don't want to date no punk. And I'm not going to date a punk. Period.
Why? The comments that you're reading at the bottom of this video, that's the why. I said in that video yesterday, y'all look at queer black men as what? As a disease or a sexual object. And y'all got right under that goddamn video and did what? Said exactly what the fuck I said. Verbatim. I have no beef with straight black women. I love black women. Straight black women, queer black, don't matter. Y'all have flaws. I have flaws. We all have flaws. But we gotta start being fucking honest about this shit. Because the way that y'all try to dodge accountability is fucking out of pocket. You do have a preference whether you want to date a straight black man or a queer black man, yes. But if your preference is based on bias or a negative stereotype, it's a prejudice, babe.
I'm not listening to no nigga with blue-green fingernails. Not. Never gonna listen to a nigga with blue-green fingernails. Never. You can't tell me shit. You fucked up in the head. You got blue-green fingernails on. Watch out. You ain't even gay. You queer. I don't even know what the difference is. But either way, watch out. You confuse your damn self. What you're not gonna do is come over here and confuse black women. We have a preference, and our preference stands. We don't like DL and queer men. You can't make us like them. And you're not going to shame us into liking these people. We don't want to date them. I'm not saying we don't like them as friends. I'm talking about as far as our relationship and partners, who we want to marry, who we want to settle down with. Now, this is the gag. There is a group, and there are women who don't mind dating queer men. Look at E. Kane and her baby daddy. She probably queer just like that nigga. They got women who get off on seeing men getting banged from the back. There's a group of women for DL and queer men to go to. And yes, there are black American women. There are a small group, but still. There are a small group of black American women who have no problem with dating DL and queer men. Go over there and talk to them. But what we're not going to do is come to the internet and gaslight, project, and coerce black American women to go against their own free will that God gave us. See, you don't get the trump God. God gave you free will when you was born into this world. Nobody can take that away from you. The government can't take it away. The church can't take it away. And the LGBTQ community can't take it away neither. God gave us all free will. And my free will tells me I don't want to date no punk. And I know there's a lot of black American women who feel just like me. And nobody's going to be able to come on the internet and make us convinced otherwise. Period, point blank. See, y'all got to understand what's really going on. It's about these agendas. I know in 2020, somebody said agenda. Y'all called us a conspiracy theorist. I know back then y'all thought we was all just talking out the side of our neck, just paranoid. But we're here. The agendas are on Front Street, I'm sorry. We can see all of the agendas in 4K. Every single agenda is in 4K. This is no longer a situation where we're trying to figure out if it's true or not. Because even the things that we called, or y'all called conspiracy theories back then, there's an actual 4K video for every fucking thing. This is why conspiracy theories been undefeated. This ain't about, oh, I don't believe in this. No, this is about what's real and what's not. And we all got free will. And my free will tells me that we don't want to date as a straight heterosexual Black American woman. Nobody's going to force us to date inside of that community. It's the agenda for them is to merge. Remember, this is about eugenics, because if we start all screwing each other, we're going to have less babies. That's what this is all about. All these Black people that get on the internet, jeffing and windmilling for the LGBTQ, they don't even, a lot of them, some of them don't know. But a lot of them are really jeffing for the white people inside the LGBTQ community. None of this is for Black people. That's why I don't understand why the Black people go so hard. Because you're doing all of this beating the pavement, and I'm here to tell you, this is not going to be beneficial to you. It's not. It's not meant to be beneficial to you. It's meant for you to take on the agenda and push it on your peers. But that's it. You will not see any of the benefits. So anyways, we're not going to be convinced otherwise. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Let's get into Godfrey. I'm so tired of Godfrey and the 154 podcast. I am so over this place. Like, y'all have no idea how over Godfrey and the 154 podcast I am. Godfrey is a comedian, a Nigerian, but still a comedian. And he is a Nigerian African. Now, if you let Godfrey tell it, he loves Black American people. And I'm here to tell you, Godfrey a bullshit lie. Godfrey don't give a damn about no nigga. Godfrey is an infiltrator. He's a conqueror. If we was in Spain, Godfrey would be a conquistador. If we in America, Godfrey is a colonizer. Okay? If this was Wakanda, he'd be hung at the stake at high noon. Okay? It's just that we can't see it like that because Godfrey is dark. He has melanated skin. And we've been indoctrinated to believe all melanated people love us. And I'm here to tell y'all, Black America, that is the furthest thing from the truth in the world. As a matter of fact, when you come into knowing who you are, you'll start to see that not only do all Black Americans or all Black melanated people not like us, they hate us for the most part. They resent us because they ain't us. So all of these so-called allies in America cosplaying like they friends of Black America, they are not. And Godfrey is one of those people. He did all of that helping up for Black Americans, going viral for saying Black Americans invented this and Black Americans invented that. And then the moment y'all called him out on some shit, he got on the internet and called us all kind of this, that, and the third. And nobody, I help up for you niggas. And he went off just like the white boy. He went off harder than the white boy, if you ask me. We got a glimpse into the window peek into the idea of who Godfrey is behind the facade. When the cameras go off, how does he feel about Black America? If you saw that video, then you know exactly how he feels. I'll see if I can find it before we get through with it, right? So now Godfrey, the Nigerian tether, who's been lying and acting like he was an ally to Black America. We've seen his slip show. And now and then after that, he's been on the internet trying to make it seem like FBA is just a cult. And these people just hate him for no reason. I'm here to tell you, I'm not an FBA. By definition, yes. Do I claim it? Absolutely not. But as a Black American, I'm here to tell you, Godfrey, your slip has shown. We see who you are. You are done. It don't matter how many people you bring on the Africa 154 podcast. You're dead to us. You're nothing to us. We want nothing to do with you. No longer Godfrey. It's over. It's a wrap. Finito. We see the play now. We've awakened. We wiped our eyes, and we see that you're our enemy, just like the rest of these niggas. Okay. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, Godfrey has Wyclef Jean. Wyclef Jean is a musician. We know him from the group The Fugees. Y'all remember him? Gone to November, I be gone to November. But Wyclef is from Haiti. And this is no shade to Wyclef, but if you catch a few strays, then oh well, tough titty said the kitty, but the milk was dry, okay? But at the end of the day, Wyclef is a Haitian. And in my opinion, a tether. So him talking to Wyclef about why FBA is calling him a tether and he getting all of this flack, I don't understand. What the hell can Wyclef do? He ain't our daddy. He can't even speak for Black America because he ain't no Black American. But again, the 154 Africa podcast, who's supposed to be about uniting Africa, never talks about Africa. Every commentary they got that goes viral is always about Black America. But I told y'all, the 154 podcast is a whole facade. The podcast within itself is a facade. It is not here to unite Africa. That podcast ain't want shit to do with Africa. That podcast is here to infiltrate on Black America. So now let's get into Godfrey asks Wyclef why the FBAs call him Tethers and why they mad at him. I don't understand. And Wyclef, you better tread light. I ain't heard your response yet, but Wyclef, on my soul, you better tread light because I'm on your ass too, Tether. Let's get into it.
With this foundational Black Americans, we get bombed
like big time.
We were born in America. We're Nigerian American. We were born here. Our friends, a lot of our friends are Black Americans.
Yeah, grew up with them.
Yeah. We grew up, and it's this whole thing of, oh, you guys are tethered. This tether.
I don't even know what that means.
It's tether means something attached. A tether is like you attach to something. So I guess we're acting like we're them, but we're not really them, and we don't really belong with them. It's a lot of divisive.
Yeah.
Like you coming from Haiti, being in Brooklyn, going through what you've gone through. How do you feel about that? I don't know if anyone's ever talked to you about that. Have you heard anything about this foundational Black thing? Because they feel like, if you're part immigrant, you're not foundational. We recognize we're not foundational Black, but they say you shouldn't speak for us. What? I'm speaking just for Black folks because we're all going through the same shit. I grew up in Chicago. Police harassment.
Yeah.
No. We not gonna do that, Godfrey. Because there he go, tethering again. So now you want to bring up the fact that you spoke up for police brutality and y'all think we're not the same. We're not. Godfrey come on the internet and tell us he's a Nigerian. He was just on there celebrating Nigerians being the most educated immigrant group in America. So if you know that you're different, why are you on this internet gaslighting Black America as if we're tripping by saying you're different? See, Godfrey likes to be able to say when they're different. He don't want us to be able to know when we're different. Does that make sense? He want to be able to know that we're not the same, but he want us to continue to believe we all one big nigga. Because it benefits Godfrey if we stay sleeping and we believe that he and me are the same. As long as we stay knocked out cold and we believe that the Nigerian is the same as the Black American, the Nigerian can eat good. But the moment we start waking up and realize, wait a minute, hold up. You melanated, but you're not the same as me. Now that takes money and resources out of the Nigerian's pocket. This is why there's a concerted effort online to keep telling us that we're all the same. Because if we believe we're all the same, they eat good, they benefit. That's where all of their bread and butter come from. Us believing we're all the same. So they've been going through a lot lately because we've been waking up by the droves, realizing, hold up, you're not our ally. You're just as bad as the enemy. They've been losing it behind that because it's been cutting into their bottom lines. This is about coins, resources. That's what this is about. Let them finish.
Same old call the N-word.
We had the same experience. Because our roots are, we're first gens.
Yeah.
So because of our roots, then somehow we're excluded from the experience.
Yeah. So how do you, I don't know.
Well, I think that, again, I hear everything. I see everything. I play for everybody. I'm around everybody.
Yeah.
And the conversations that I have is because I feel like the internet is louder than the one-on-one conversation.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt. Yeah.
My one-on-ones are very healthy. And it's a phrase that says, l'union fait la force, which means unity is strength. Right? So at the end of the day, it's very clear that the reason why you look at history, right? Because what happens is if you want to debate, then we just got to go with the facts of how history is. And the biggest part of history is this, like, why did they keep me away from you? That's all I want you to know. So if you're in America and I'm in Haiti, why did they keep me away from you, right? Because at some point...
I'll tell you why they kept us separate. Because when the colonizer came to the Western world and he came to conquer, it's a whole thing called divide and conquer. So even when they got here, we knew we weren't the same. We still had a level of allyship. This is why I tell y'all don't truly understand about the invasion on the Western world. Because they didn't just invade the Caribbeans and North America. They invaded the Caribbeans, North America, and South America. But when they came over here, we had a level of allyship. We were the new world. But when they got here, they realized the only way to win this thing is to do what? Divide and conquer. But just because we had an allyship doesn't mean we were the same. We still understood that we were different from you, even before the cracker got here. Even before the conquistador and the colonizer got here, we've always known that you and me was different. Don't do that. Tread light, Wyclef. I'm already looking at you sideways, nigga. Tread light. Because I'm ready to throw out a bunch of strays. I love giving strays.
Point, some ancestors, there was some kind of a connection. Like why they was like, okay, we're gonna bring these people to Jamaica. You know, these we're gonna leave them in Africa. We're gonna bring these over here, and then these are gonna be shipped to America. Like why? Right? And this is a big.
That entire talking point is flawed because that would imply that we believed in the transatlantic slave trade. Again, until you niggas start popping up with ships, that shit never happened. Let's move on.
Question, right? The question is this, right? So, and the answer to that question is l'union fait la force. Unity is strength. Divide is the only way that they could conquer, right? So at the end of the day, when rhetoric gets so loud, right, it's hard for people to look at what the truth is, right? So at the truth, if you love Frederick Douglass, and Frederick Douglass was
This
Black
nigga
American,
talking loud
right?
and ain't
If
saying
you love
nothing.
Frederick,
Wait, this nigga talking loud and ain't saying nothing. How the hell we get to Frederick Douglass? The question was, what's going on with Black Americans calling them tethers? And we get to Frederick Douglass? Yeah, you just talking out the side of your neck.
Frederick Douglass, you should read what he says about immigrants. Read what he says about Haitians, right? If you look at Harlem, New York City, and you are a Garveyite,
Oh Lord.
you should look at Marcus Garvey.
Oh Lord.
Like he's pretty interesting, right? He would consider himself being from Harlem. These are all part of histories that maybe you might be missing. If you look at the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, where does he come from? If you look at Harry Belafonte, where does he
They
come?
always name the 5 tethers that has made it in American industries, and I hate it. Oh, well, what about Meatball? We had Meatball. Yeah, Americans hated him, and Jamaicans hated Meatball too. That's Marcus Garvey. Frederick Douglass was an agent. I keep telling y'all that. Because while Frederick Douglass they say he did, according to Google, it says Frederick Douglass was a staunch advocate for open, unrestricted immigration, most famously articulated in his 1869 our composite nationality speech. Even if he did, in the same breath, he also spoke about how they kept hiring immigrants over Black Americans. So it doesn't matter. They always go pull the onesie-twosie people that made it in American mainstream, and they use those as benefactors or as goals or as results to say that we're tripping. But your onesie-twosie of your Louis Farrakhan, well, I don't give a damn about Louis Farrakhan. Let's be real. Personally, I could care less about Louis Farrakhan. But all of these people you're naming is not enough for us to believe that you're us and we are you. The transatlantic slave trade never happened. But even if it did, according to slavetrade.org, only 388,000 Africans made it to North America in total. That means we are not Africans. If only 388,000 Africans made it to America, that means us in America are not Africans. Okay? But again, it's the talking points. It's the same old talking points. You hear the same thing over and over from different people. They always bring up Marcus Garvey. They always bring up Frederick Douglass. They always bring up the same 5 people. We tired of that shit, bruh. Go home.
Right. So, and I could keep going on and on and on just to say at the end of the day, the you see, when we was doing the Fugees, right, and we always say like the power.
And let's be clear, without Lauryn Hill, there would be no Fugees. I still to this day don't know what Prize did in the Fugees. To this day, I don't know what that nigga Prize did. What did he do? What was his part? What that nigga played the piano? What was Prize's part in the Fugees? Because without Lauryn Hill, you niggas would be nothing. Even you with your ad-lib rapping ass, Wyclef. So let's act like the Fugees was a Haitian situation that went viral in America. No, we only rock with the Fugees because of Lauryn Hill, who's a black American.
The Fugees is this is what happens when a black American gets with the diaspora and they put their arms together and they learn from each other, right? So when Lauryn is sitting there and she's like, yo, this is the 4 Tops. You know, this is Marvin Gaye. You know, I'm like, who? She's like, yo, that's Marvin Gaye. He's a soul singer. This is Aretha Franklin.
See, Lauryn Hill is introducing black American artists to him. He didn't even know.
I say, yo, that's dope. And I'd be like, yo, check this out. This Fela Kuti. Yo, check this out. This band called Tabu Combo. Tabu what? Tabu Combo. They out of Haiti. Yo, this Celia Cruz, she from Cuba. When you put the forces together, this becomes the most powerfulest thing on the planet. And then so...
Wait, is he trying to say that the Fugees' success is because of the melting pot of the cultures? Is that what he's trying to say? Because I had the Fugees album on tape and on CD. And nigga, I didn't hear none of these other cultures inside the Fugees album. I'm not saying that there wasn't no remnants of it, but what we're not going to do is act like the Fugees album went platinum or triple platinum or whatever it did because of the infusion of cultures. No, that the Fugees did well because Lauryn Hill was in front of y'all. You remember the song, Strumming My Pain with His Fingers? You remember? That's why y'all pop, nigga. Because you had Lauryn Hill. This had nothing to do with you fusing in no Haitians and no Jamaicans. There they go. This the same thing they did with hip-hop. The reason why Fugees went where they went is because of Lauryn Hill. That's it. That's where it started. That's where it stopped. Let's really be clear. Don't act like it's because you infused the Haitian culture. Nigga, I don't know a Haitian song. I've never heard one in my life. If somebody played one right now, I think somebody was speaking in tongues. Wouldn't even know what it is. Stop doing that. They're rewriting history. I'm on here telling y'all Wyclef is lying. He's not giving Lauryn Hill her credit, and that's where the credit belongs. The only reason why we know the Fugees is because Lauryn Hill was the lead singer. Without Lauryn Hill, we would not know who the Fugees are, and we would not know who Wyclef is. Don't do that. Get Lauryn up here. Did you hear this interview, girl?
I always tell people, like, you know, disagreement will always happen, but always remember that the strength is always going to be in the unity. Yeah. So sometimes I leave the argument and I go preach to the kids.
Yeah.
Because
you're going like I can't waste my time with this. This is the upcoming.
They're gonna, you know, everyone, like, we're gonna leave Earth real soon.
Yeah.
So they the next ones in line. So if I can't get you, I'm gonna get them. Spread the word.
That is so dope, because it does get a little exhausting, because, you know, I liken it to this, and I've said this too, especially the way we've been spread throughout the diaspora. You know, when colonizers came into Africa and they enslaved the Africans and, took them over and enslaved the Africans and spread them through.
That never happened. And if you're going to tell that bullshit story, tell them how y'all helped them enslave the Africans. If you're going to tell the bullshit story, tell it all. Tell them how the colonizer came into Africa to enslave the Africans, and tell them how y'all helped them to do it. See, they never put that part in the story, and I don't like it. Because they like to talk about the colonizer coming to Africa, but nobody likes to hone in on the fact that the Africans helped them do it. Y'all, it's the revisionist history for me.
Throughout, Jim Crow, you have Jim Crow in the United States and slavery.
Oh, and by the way, I never said Wyclef wasn't talented. I know he's talented. I used to have one of his albums or whatever he had. But let me tell you this, without Lauryn Hill, the world would not know Wyclef Jean. I'm going to say it one more time. This is not to take away from his talent. I think that he's a nice singer, and I think that he's a great musician. But without Lauryn Hill, we would not know this nigga. I don't give a damn how good he played the guitar. I don't give a damn how good this nigga played the drums. Without Lauryn Hill, we would not know the nigga. If Lauryn Hill never went to the Fugees, Wyclef doesn't exist.
And you have, everything that happened in the Caribbean and in Brazil and in Africa, and they torched one house and torched and did all this other stuff, and they literally split families apart. And then for generations and generations, keeps everybody apart. And then the idea to me, which is so hard, but I get what you're saying, division, is that when the generational starts to come together, there's some of the same people that you're saying, you're not a real one, you're not, foundationally Black Americans, could be the very person that is your fourth, fifth, or sixth cousin, and you're saying that we're not together. You know what I mean? And that to me is the power of division and why you're saying
we are not related to any Africans. If you were related to any Africans, when you spit in the tube and sent it down to 23andMe or African Ancestry, they would have came back and told you Godfrey was your cousin. They would have came back and showed you your cousins. You do not have family from Africa. If you did, the DNA test y'all love to live by would have showed you them folks. It show you the ones in America. Why didn't it never show y'all no African cousins? See, why they over here lying, swearing to God, they don't understand because we could all be related. No, we can't. Even the DNA test said that's not true. No DNA test has related Americans to Africans. Now, they might lie and say, we got a cousin in Sierra Leone. I already find that suspicious with it itself. But other than that, there's not any DNA test that has come out and said that Black Americans are related to any Africans. Not one. Not one.
And that the only way to erase that is with unity, because when you bring all that together and the different experiences, because we all know the circumstances, we all know what happened. Now we start putting our experiences together to make dope music, to make dope changes.
So when me and
see that now we putting our experiences together, like I told y'all at the beginning of this segment, the game is to get us to believe we're all the same so that they can latch onto us and suck our blood like fucking leeches. That's what this whole game is about. To get us to keep believing that we're all the same so that they can benefit. That's why even he just said, so we can fuse no, we don't need to fuse shit. If Africa is so great, let Africa stand on Africa. Why does Africa always have to stand on Black America's back to be great? I don't understand it. Even when y'all speak about how great Africa is, y'all speak about Black America. Why hasn't Africa stood on Africa by itself yet? Because y'all ain't shit.
My Black American friends, right? I have, it's like to them I'm more Black American than I'm Haitian, right? So we have and again it's good because my thing is why do you feel like that, right? Because I want to know why is it you feel like that? Because I remember being little and being in school and they'd be like, oh, these damn Haitians, they're getting straight A's, right? It's well, what do you want us to do? You know what I'm saying? Because if we go home and that report card ain't right, they're gonna take us and hang us upside down. Bro, it's either we get an A or we gonna trace the A into the.
Hell yeah, we make it.
Hold on. Did you ever get the report card?
Hell yeah, I went like that.
They had the carbon copies. They put it the carbon copy one. I was at Audubon Middle School, and I would go like this, and I would look in through. I'm like, oh shoot, because if you opened it before my dad got home, you were in trouble. So I'd be sitting there with my thumbs, like trying to turn that B into like, how can I make that an A with my thumb?
Straight, man. I love F's, boy, because I could turn them to B's.
Oh yeah, that's right.
My dad be like, damn, you got straight B's, son. Yes, you straight B boy. Okay, you're gonna be okay.
You're gonna be okay.
You need to get an A, but you're gonna be okay.
My father said,
yeah, but
You know, I really would have appreciated if they asked Wyclef about Haiti, TPS, or the Haitians all over the world that are being kicked out of everywhere, just like the Nigerians, you know. Because the Haitians all over the Caribbeans are being kicked out of everywhere. They go to Jamaica, the Jamaicans kicking them out. They go to Dominican Republic, which is their island too. They getting kicked out over there. Everywhere the Haitians go, they getting kicked out. Instead of them asking Wyclef about Haitians, TPS, and the stuff that's going on with them, they sat down with Wyclef, who's not a Black American, by the way, to talk about us. Because remember, the 154 podcast, it gives the illusion that this is about Africa. The 154 podcast has nothing to do with Africa. The 154 podcast is really a hit on Black America. It's an undercover hit on Black America. I'm telling you, I'm looking at the 154 podcast and its cronies, Godfrey and the other weird shaped Africans sitting next to him. Their whole job is to come on this internet daily and antagonize Black America. It has nothing to do with Africa. Yes, they have Africans on every now and again, and yes, every now and again they may speak on African topics, but that is not why the 154 podcast exists. The 154 podcast exists because they got Godfrey, who's supposed to be the friend to Black America. He's the one we supposed to love and trust. They gave him a podcast so that he can have different guests on here to convince us that we're the same. And because we like Godfrey and believe Godfrey is our ally, we're supposed to forget our own discernment and just go with what Godfrey says. That's why they gave him a platform. And this is what's going to happen. When the powers that be realize we're not buying this shit from Godfrey, they're going to snatch that platform right from him, and he's going to be back in his living room on YouTube. Watch. The moment they realize they're not getting the results they want from Godfrey. Remember, Godfrey spent years acting as if he was an ally to Black America. So he's trusted by some Black Americans. And that's what they needed. They sat him in Chicago, let him grow up amongst Negroes so that we can start to trust him. They put him all on the internet, made him go viral, make us believe that he has our best interests at heart, all for us to get here and realize he's really here to steal from us. Godfrey is not here to be a kumbaya. Godfrey is not here to be our friend. Godfrey is not here so we can work together. Godfrey is here so the Nigerians can have a better life. Godfrey is here so the Nigerians can take our resources. Godfrey is here so that we can believe we're Africans so that they can take our place on the throne. That's why the 154 podcast exists. It has nothing to do with Africa. It don't have nothing to do with these guests. It's all a target on Black America. The whole thing, from conception to now, it's a whole big target on Black America. Y'all haven't caught on yet.
But we got seized. My supervisor said that's a gentleman's grade, at least. But you can't get better than the countries. But
you could. Oh my gentleman's grade.
That's a gentleman's grade.
Oh my goodness. New drop. It's in one.
I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. The point is this. You got to know who your enemies are. If you're not able to identify your enemies, you will get caught off guard every single time. We're in war. Y'all, we're at war. This is a war we're dealing with. I know it seemed like some social media shit, but this is a war. And if you can't identify the people on the other side of that line, you're going to get popped. And Godfrey is one of the people on the other side of that line. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. While he's been over here cosplaying like he's fighting with us, he's really infiltrating for the other side. He's fighting for them. And this is why every time Godfrey got a podcast, the first thing come out of his mouth is Black America. Black America, Black America, Black America. That's all he talk about. Black America, Black America, Black America. That's because that's what he's paid to do. And it's under the illusion of the 154 podcast wanting to unite the diaspora. It's bullshit. Godfrey is not our friend. And Wyclef, you treaded real heavy on a few of them topics, and I let you live, nigga. But I tell you this, next time, don't you respond for Black America. You ain't one of us. You a tether too. And what you're not going to do is make it seem like the Fugees was great because of your Haitian influence. The Fugees was only great because of Lauryn Hill. And if we didn't know Lauryn Hill, we wouldn't know you. And somebody put in the song he had with Mary J. I remember that. Someone please call 911. The only thing I can say to that is, if you never did the song with Lauryn, you would have never did the song with Mary. Bringing it back to Lauryn, meaning she's the reason why we know the Fugees. This ain't no Haitian influence on America. Haiti don't have no influence on America. Not food-wise, not music-wise, not clothes-wise, not lingo. Haiti has zero influence on America. Not even in New Orleans. That's a lie too. Hello? Not even in New Orleans. That's a lie too. Haiti has zero influence on America. Zero. None. Nada. It's a wrap. Let's move on. Now I'm going to get to this last thing, and we're going to get into Black American traditions. But the thing is, they're not going to call these Black American traditions because we don't know who we are. So these are American Indian traditions, and they're really Black American traditions as well. Let's get into it, y'all. I'm telling you now, you got to do your genealogy to know who you are. We all have indigenous ancestry. That means people who were here thousands of years before the cracker was even created, let alone before they sailed the ocean blue in 1492. And you got to figure out who they are. And the only way to do that is through your genealogy. So when I go through this video and they're speaking about American Indian history, you got to know they're talking about Black American history. They're talking about foundational Black American history. They're talking about African American history. They're talking about Negro history. They're talking about us. Let's get into it, y'all. Get the likes up on the video and shout out to everybody in the building. I sure hope y'all are enjoying the show so far.
American Indian traditions that your black ass do, that they love to try to gaslight you into thinking that you don't have no culture. Part 3. Okay, y'all, so corn. Cornmeal, cornbread, corn rolls, grits. I'm gonna leave it at that. Sitting Indian style that they changed to crisscross applesauce. Indian shit. Indian red crayons. We used to have flesh crayons. Indian shit. Talking to babies like they understand. And speaking of talking to babies like they understand, we will take it a step further and expect the baby to understand what we saying. Then if our baby speak to somebody in their baby language and you don't acknowledge our baby, we ain't fucking with you. Little girls, y'all know Borex, Bobos, balls, whatever, you know, depending on where you from, that we put in our kids' hair with roll twists, Indian shit. The Bobos, the balls were crystals. Indian shit.
If we not the American copper color Indians, how do we all have the same hairstyle as a little girl? We did not have these African style hairstyles. To take it a step further, let's bring blue magic into this. All of our mamas used blue magic because it was an Indian brand. It was an Indian brand this whole time. They had a whole what is it called, line that was Indian hemp. Indian hemp.
Sitting outside and stepping out or touching the window to determine the weather, that's Indian shit. To take it a step further, we have all these ways to describe the code that will determine what we are wearing. For example, cool. Cool mean grab your jacket because you might need it later. Chilly, put your jacket on right now. Cold, because y'all, we don't say cold with a D. We say it's cold.
Yeah.
And so it's cold outside. And so when we say it's cold outside, that means you probably need a coat, a hat, and your kids need some gloves. And cold as fuck or cold as hell, that means you gonna need a t-shirt, corduroys, a blouse, a sweater, hoodie, jacket, coat, hook, gloves, a hat, socks, 2 pairs, and a scarf to cover your mouth. Niggas wear mask or ski mask. And and so something else I wanted to say, the newborn blanket, we all keep them. I have one and I just ain't gonna go grab it. But I have one. We all keep our newborn blankets, and that print, y'all, is Indian shit. This is our shit. Don't let nobody gaslight you into thinking that you don't have no culture. Bye, y'all.
Shout out to the sister. Basically, what she was talking about is Black American traditions and culture, but under the names and terms it was before the colonizer got here. Indian. Even the blue magic. Now, that was something I didn't know. I didn't know blue magic was Indian hemp, but it makes sense. We the only ones used it. And another thing she brought up too, even with our little girls, remember when we used to comb our little girls' hair? No Africans did that. They just starting to do it now because they see us on TikTok. But prior to that, our children's hair, first of all, our hair textures are completely different from the Africans. First of all, they have more of a coily, more of a coarse hair, okay? But even still, our hairstyles, everything that we've ever done is completely different from the African. And it was Indian shit. They just called it now Black American history and what we call it today. But the point is this, y'all, because I need y'all to understand, don't get caught up on those words and titles. Get caught up on the fact that we have our own specific history and our own specific industries that we've been having since before all these foreigners got here. And it's specific only to us. Only to us. We have a lot of things we share amongst the Western world, like amongst the Caribbeans and maybe South America, but specifically, Black America has its own specific culture that no other group in this world has. And if you continue to believe that you're African, all you're doing is giving your culture away to the others who don't have any. You think about it like this. You don't see South Africans in America telling Americans that they're Africans. You don't see East Africans and Americans telling Americans that they're Africans. You don't see North Africans and Americans telling us we Africans. It's only these West Africans, and it's typically the Nigerians and the Ghanaians. They gotta have something going on. You ain't no African. And if you believe you are, prove it with genealogy. Do your genealogy. Go through that list of people who came before you and find Timbuktu and bring them to the congregation so we can meet them. You see what I'm saying? All y'all running around here claiming we still African. Go through your genealogy, find Uncle Timbuktu, and bring him to the front of the congregation so that we can all meet him. Because still to this day, I've gone through many people who've done genealogy in Black American genealogy, and not one of them have come back and said, here's my African uncle. Now one person did, but that was something that was a mix-up on the census. Okay, but at the end of the day, the mass majority of people that I've spoken to that's done genealogy, not one of them came back with an African relative. That's because you're not African. And if you was, even for y'all who believe in the DNA test, if you truly believe you're African, then why haven't the DNA test connected you to your relatives? There you go. Until the test connect you to your relatives, you ain't no African. Until the test can point you to a relatives, you ain't no African. Now, when y'all find an African on your genealogy, please bring them to me. I would sure like to see them. But until then, I know they don't exist. Do your genealogy and find out who you are. CC Spears, thank you for the super chat, says, when I was a child, I couldn't wear certain color nail polish, facts, let alone wear a wig. This is playing into the narrative of making children look older, very predatory. Exactly what I said. And thank you, CC, for the super chat. When y'all put them wigs on y'all children, y'all, you're aging them, you're making them look older, henceforth opening the door for predators. Now, people who like little girls are going to probably look at your little girl because you got to dress like she grown. That's the kind of stuff that gets them off. The predators that you want to protect your children from, when you dress your daughters up like that, you're literally antagonizing them. Not antagonizing. I hate to say that. You're literally, you're getting their attention. I'll say that. You're getting their attention. That's a better word to use. Thank you, Cece. She 23, she, her. Thank you for the super chat, says, hey, boo. When you start getting loud, the audio cuts out. Love the show, though. Keep speaking facts. Thank you so much. I probably got to get another mic, too. Yeah, because I'm loud. I'm a loud-ass bitch. I'm loud. That's just, especially when I'm in my feelings or if I'm talking and I'm passionate, I get loud. So I just got to probably get another mic. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Javetta Rafa. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, it's Trey. Thank you for being a member for 24 months. Says facts, boo. They're just going to force us into accepting their lust. At this point, I'm okay with being called phobic labels. Hell, I've been okay. You can call me a phobic. Is okay. Don't care. You not gonna, nigga can't make me feel bad with no words and no labels. Whatever they say I am that shit. Sure, fine. I'm a phobic, cool. I don't give a shit. Fuck you think. That's between you and your mind. Don't care. Thank you, Trey. Appreciate you. Elite Super Brand, thank you for the super chat. Says BB's and Tony's. You speak in facts, boo. Thank you so much. Thank you, BB's and Tony. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for y'all support. Tina Houston, thank you for the super chat. Says just cause. Oh, thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. April LeBlanc, thank you for being a member for 27 months. Says, hey, boo, that guy is lying. What's the tea has been out since the 80s and didn't come from them. What's the tea? That guy is lying. Thank you so much, April LeBlanc. I forgot who we talking about. But thank you so much. It'll come to me when I get off the live. Normally, it's how I go. Thank you so much, beautiful. Legendary Intel, thank you for the super chat. Says he's talking like we agreed that we all came over here on a boat. But that's what they do. That's the witchcraft. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you, Legendary Intel. This is what they do. Part of the witchcraft is if you say something as if you know it's fact, people are more inclined to believe it to be facts too. I'll give you an example. Let's just say we know, well, you don't know, but this is a glass. You can hear it. This is a glass. But if I tell you that this is plastic and I never tap on it and you believe it, and I say it with all my might that I know for a fact this is plastic, you're probably going to say, yeah, that's plastic. And you'll go battle people to battle them down to the ground and windmill to say that it's plastic because I said it with such conviction. That's another part of a form of witchcraft that they use. They say things that they know are false, but they say them as if they are true because they understand that there's a large group of people on the internet who don't think for themselves. So what they do is say lies. In fact, or emphatic, how do you say the word? They'll say lies as if they're true in hopes that the people won't challenge it and just pick it up as facts. Does that make sense? Thank you, Legendary Intel. I appreciate you. Hey, it's Trey. Thank you for the super chat. Says these folks are slick. Remind them delineation didn't start with us. It started with their parents calling us a cotter. There it goes. Telling them to stay away from us. Huh? Now if you ask them, they'll swear to God their mamas and them didn't say that. Thank you, Hayes Trey. Jupiter's son, thank you for the super chat. Says, boo, my genealogy documents date back to the late 1800s. No Africans in my lineage. VA, LA, and New York. Shout out to you and genealogy. And absolutely, that's what they don't want you to do. They don't want you to do your genealogy because if you do, you're going to find out that all of this shit is a lie. Thank you so much for sharing, Jupiter's son. Thank you, thank you. Rhonda, thank you for the super chat. Says, boo, you ever seen the movie Trading Places? Yes. Do you think that's what they're trying to get us? Yes. That's exact. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Do you think they're trying to get us skin folks to do? Yes. They're trying to trade places with us, just like the movie where the rich men were once rich, and then they forced the black dude in and made him the rich dude and made the white men poor. Same shit. There you go. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about the movie, that's exactly what that movie was about. They love using symbolism in entertainment, so we won't put the two and two together. But now that I'm thinking about it, Trading Places might have been made to kind of foreshadow what we're going through right now. Wouldn't surprise me. Thank you, Rhonda. But with that being said, though, I'm about to hop up off of here. I'll come back later on, or maybe I'll put out some commentary content. Sorry. With that being said, though, I'm about to get up off of here. Research everything, pay the information forward, and take care of each other. I love y'all. See y'all later. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah, 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wah, 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 wah.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.